Astral, hello. Sorry that like my stream for some reason is not capturing the full thing, and I wonder if it's like a setting, because it's, at least for me, it does not look or appear as though my entire video, like it's not how I like it to be. But first and foremost, how are you? I think it's fine. I think I might just be being dramatic, and I'm not trying to be dramatic. But hello, hello. Also, oh my gosh. The ads are going to start relatively soon, and I've made them much, like, considerably less. But I really do apologize if you're so intrusive. But I'm just doing my commissions to start because I would like to see how the audio sounds, and also for everyone to let me know how I sound.
칭량, 윤량, 칭량.
고개를 숙여라.
This is so silly. So silly of an ability.
여기 있어. 이쪽을 봐. 마음대로.
소란 금지.
아 귀찮아 죽겠네.
Mauling Twitch, I hate that it doesn't give me push notifications. Game is a little loud? Okay. Oh, I did not mean to push to Neuvillette, but it's fine. Let me also... little bit. I usually have it on... but we'll see. Welcome back. But yes, I'm very, very excited to do this quest. So my plan was originally to... Oh! That's because I reset OBS, that's why. Give me 1 second. Every time I just like... I end up streaming, I'm like all over the place. So I didn't mean to like not have my avatar. Apologies.
물은
But
아주 다양한 맛이 있습니다. 몬드의 물은 청량하고 리월의 물은
the
뒷맛이
plan was to do the
오래가며
world quest,
이나즈마의 물은
and then to
깊고
do
그윽한 맛이
Neuvillette,
있습니다.
and then Rice Leaves.
스메르의 물은 풍부한 맛이 있지만 자세히 음미해야 알 수 있죠.
Like, I specifically haven't done anything in regards to this story quest, not story quest, that world quest, because I'm like, there's so much. So there's the like new 4.1 ones I still haven't completed.
주술, 윤량. 가라, 월계. 조명 부탁해. 잔재 줄 뿐이야.
하! 밀물이 내가 돌아왔다.
Oh, there it is. So, glow. I really thought this was a glitch at first because I had no idea what was going on, and I'm like, oh wait, you're just glowing. Okay, thank you for glowing, totally normal man. But basically, like unfinished comedy in the Fontaine Research Institute Chronicles. I especially really want to do unfinished comedy. But the issue is, I doubt I'm going to be able to stream the world quest. Or if I do, it might be like super early in the morning. Like 1, 2 in the morning or something like that. Just because I really love the Fontaine world. I mean, I love world quests in general, but I really like the Fontaine ones. And 4.2 is in...
To this day, I am proud of you all.
Oh my goodness, hello Elo. Thank you for the resubscription at tier 1. 18 months. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for the support. His antennae get agitated. Yeah, his Intene. Oh, using Neuvillette against a Hydro Mage might not be the best idea.
야?
고요한 내정.
마음대로 움직이면 안
고개를 숙여라.
Oh my goodness, with the arrival of Elo, Yao Yao has reached friendship level 10. My oh my. Let me see. Here's Yao Yao. Can you guess which one here is Yuegui? That's right, all of them. This team honestly started as a joke, but now it's just actually kind of funny. For me personally, at least.
부디 그들을 해치지 말고 친하게 지내주세요.
I am torn between wanting to do this quest in English or keep it in Korean. I come bearish radish friendship. Let me see. I think it's so you play, yeah. You play hide and seek with the children. Also, I will be speeding through this because I've just done this so many times. I must see Neuvillette. Also, I know Spoony Bard, who's a friend here, asked me about like where I'm putting my stream VODs, because originally I wanted to have a separate channel. Like I was gonna upload everything, all of my VODs onto my YouTube channel, but it's a lot to keep up with, especially considering, you know, it's just me. I don't have like a team or anything to organize everything. So currently my stream VODs are on my channel. They're just privated for now because I'm trying to think of what I would like to do with them really. Normally after my Twitch streams, I will like download the stream because I would like, you know, to have different moments where I could like clip funny things or interactions with everyone. But it is a lot, so. And I've just been doing my best to learn how to edit a little bit for lore shorts on both YouTube and TikTok, which actually is pretty entertaining for me, so. Let's... The idea of Lumine being so good at hide and seek, specifically because of not just, well, her experiences in Windbloom, but just in general, is so entertaining to me. Also, please do let me know about the audio, because sometimes I know the game audio can be really loud or super soft. So. Also, once again, I forgot. Wait. I am such a boomer. Forgive me for just a moment.
대기 모드 진입. 아무도 방해하지 않았으면 좋겠어.
별도 비용이 추가됩니다. 꼭 고려해 보겠습니다. 별도 비용이 추가됩니다. 꼭 고려해 보겠습니다.
Okay. Oh dear. I'm trying to find a very specific screenshot I took of Neuvillette, and I can no longer find it. So either I have moved it, or Oh my goodness, I have like 50 images of Risley. Please help. You know what? I'm just gonna put this picture I took of Neuvillette and Risley.
별도 비용이 추가됩니다.
Okay, there we go. I will post it of both of them. There we go. All right. First and foremost, I have that. So I did Dihya and then Baishu. And the plan was to do Yoimiya and Linny's, but then I remembered you have to complete 2 days worth of commissions to get one story key, quote unquote. And I'm like, I want to prioritize these two over these two just because I'm just more interested in, like, especially him. But like, I do want to do both of them. Like, I'm sure they're great. Like, Baishu's story was fantastic, and I really enjoyed Yoimiya's. Not enjoy Yoimiya's. I enjoyed Baishu's, and I enjoyed Dihya's as well. But I just oh my gosh, it's the noise for me, and I can't wait for like characters to be involved in other things. The remains of the past day. Paimon is curious about Neuvillette. Talk to him. Oh, so true. I'm screenshotting that because that's me. I feel like I would get on his nerves constantly just asking him questions.
오랫동안 느비에트를 못 본 것 같네. 지금 뭐 하고 있으려나? 느비에트의 진짜 정체에 관해서 궁금한 게 많으니까 가서 얘기해보자.
I'm curious about his identity too, because no one here knows who he truly is, right? Also, later this evening, I will be participating in a Lore Keeper Lore Keepers podcast, just like a lore discussion for 4.1. That being said, I will be limited in what I can really talk about, I suppose, because I haven't done the world quests. So we'll just see how long. It's already going to take me like a few hours to do this quest, and I'm not going to be able to like finish the world quest before then, because either world quest are usually around, like, for me at least, 2 hours just to digest all of the information. So okay. Talk to Neuvillette. I keep forget. Okay, this door gives me so much anxiety, please. Okay. I want to play it in English, and I want to play it in not Japanese, in Korean. And I'm just I'm trying to think, like, if I do half in Korean, half in English. English? Okay. For Ray Chase. I mean, his English voice. Half and half is good? Okay. I'm just gonna start it in English. Oh, wait. Okay, too late. Sorry.
Wait, did I hear that right? Monsieur Neuvillette, are you sure you'd like to take over the case yourself?
I keep the Neuvillette. Like, it's fine.
That's right.
I forgot how nice his voice is in English. Like, I remember, but I don't remember. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. We are not even 3 sentences in, and I am already in shambles.
No, but why? Technically speaking, cases like this are better left to the guards.
Neuvillette! Sidine! Hey there! What are you two talking about?
I feel like when her name would be pronounced like Sedan, but like,
Ugh, Traveler in Paimon, please help me talk our Chief Justice out of this. He wants to investigate a case on his own.
Oh, are we supposed to not let him do that?
Now, this is completely unprecedented. How can we have the Udex acting like a private detective? Hmm?
I can introduce you to some amazing detectives, parentheses, me, and Hazo.
I trust that you'd be able to work that out with how well connected you are, but I must apologize. I do not plan on relying on anyone else's help for this matter.
Okay. I love him. I'm sorry, I'm going to be taking pauses. This is a lore, like, stream, I promise. But it's also just as much as me fawning over Neuvillette.
So, what is it exactly? It sure sounds serious if it's something you've got to investigate personally.
A Melusine named Kiara received a threat letter.
Oh, yeah, that's on brand for him. I feel like if you threaten any Melusine, you will just not exist if Neuvillette finds out. Which he will.
And then?
That is all the information I have acquired at this stage.
I have no idea why you're so hung up over this. I've checked the schedule in advance, and it seems like there aren't any trials today. So, if you insist, I have no objections.
Thank you for understanding. I will leave a note explaining my absence on my desk. I would appreciate it if you could take it to Lady Farina.
Fontaine in shambles with Neuvillette gone. Also, I really can't stress enough. I love him. I won't rely on anyone else's help. Okay, to be fair, Elo, I feel like it might be something more along the lines of, we're just going to assist. Unless he directly asks us, but I don't know. I feel like he's a pretty independent person, so... I mean, regardless, the Traveler will be roped in.
She may have no interest in official affairs, but standard procedure dictates that I'm still responsible for reporting to her.
Yes, understood. I'll come back later and deliver the note to her.
Also, perhaps this will be answered in the story quest, but I have always been curious as to who gave Neuvillette the bow that he wears. Whether if it's like Fiorina personally, or maybe if it was like a Melusine. Your little Skip. I love the Melusine so
Judging
much.
from Sidine's reaction, it must be pretty rare for you to investigate stuff personally. What's so special about this case?
I cannot tell you just yet, but it reminded me of certain past events. There could be complicated conflicts of interest behind all this, so I must eliminate all risks in advance.
Oh, I see. Well, he just said he...
Come on, stop being so secretive! We still have no idea what's going on!
It is not my intention to keep you in the dark, but I need some time to revisit those memories and collect my thoughts.
The sound that I want to make, but I know is not going to be picked up on the microphone. Or it will. We will see. Also, this just literally reminds me of Zhongli. You are my friends. It does not pleasure me to keep things from you. Complications, aka emotional baggage. Oh my gosh, Syzygy. Hello, hello. I'm finally doing Neuvillette's story quests, and it's going to be a lore stream, but I'm just going to be screaming about this man. Because I love him.
Long story short, a little more than 400 years ago, I became the Udex of Fontaine and initiated a series of institutional reforms.
Hog?
There were few people I could trust, but I had two subordinates who were exceptionally trustworthy and capable. Carol, a Melusine, and Vautrin, leader of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
They must have been amazing people to receive such high praise from you!
Wait, LMAO? What do you mean? Almost every quest seems to start with trauma and emotional baggage, traveler being noisy. Or nosy? Okay, to be fair, it's like, yes, but also, sometimes the traveler's like, all right, if you want to do things, I'll let you be. But they'll be like, actually, traveler, you'll be useful here.
Indeed. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to protect them.
No. Okay, I just want everyone to know. If I hear, is it called, okay, I need to, because I've been listening to the Fontaine OST, and the song, TM, that song with a capital T and a capital S, that's literally, hey, when this song plays, it's sad. If I hear that multiple times, I really apologize because I might get really emotional. I think it's called, is it Pluie sur la vie? Like, I think, but I'm just
The
saying.
reforms damaged the interests of some, and the more conservative faction took advantage of Carol's identity to instigate political unrest. Ultimately, they wanted me to yield more of my power. The incident resulted in Carol taking her own life, and Vautrin being exiled. From then on, I've been especially careful when dealing with cases related to Melusines.
Oh my gosh. That's not the whole point of reacting. Like, okay, like, it sounds so silly, but I still feel like, I don't know, sometimes I just get so self-conscious even though I'm like streaming, which I know is silly, but also Fontaine had, okay, Genshin Impact has had many darker stories and elements to it. This is something they've never shied away from. But oh dear. You can see why Neuvillette is very on edge. You're concerned that you're the perpetrator's real target?
All Melusines used to live a secluded life away from human society. I granted their wishes when some of them, including Carol, asked me to bring them to the court of Fontaine. Many common folk believe that I share a special bond with the Melusines, and whatever they do can be traced back to me.
Is it... I mean, I've done the world quest, so... I think it shows your emotional range and shrimping for a scaly that's emotionally constipated. Listen. I just think that he is very neat.
Some of them, especially those who hold a grudge against me, exploit that belief and stir up conflict over Melusines in an attempt to lay the blame on me.
One thing I will say though is like Neuvillette keeps his distance emotionally from people because he's like, I must be impartial all the time, and it's like, sweetie, you can have emotions, it's okay. We have done this song and dance with Xiao, we will do it for you too. Xiao affectionate.
I have nothing against the opinions of others, but the moment a whirlpool of conspiracy forms, it inevitably affects the innocent.
Totally normal? Well, yeah, Neuvillette's totally normal. Look at him.
It has already happened once, and I want to make sure it does not happen again.
Ray Chase, you're killing me here.
Even so, why do you have to be the one investigating? There's the guards, the Maréchaussée Phantom, and the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. Aren't they more than enough to figure out what's going on?
Based on prior experience, there is a high chance that those who hold hostility towards me do not belong to the same department.
I'm just like staring at his character. Oh my god, I love him.
The political system of Fontaine is relatively complex and involves the interests of multiple different factions.
The political system of Fontaine is relatively complex. So you don't say, sir.
However, since I am technically an outsider in Fontaine, a lot of trouble could be avoided if I personally took on the case.
suppose that's a fair question mark. The anger in his Astro, please.
Outsider?
Paimon.
But aren't you the Chief Justice of Fontaine? Why would you be an outsider?
I understand where you are coming from, but there is not necessarily a connection between my responsibilities and how I perceive myself.
The bonks will only make me stronger. Oh my gosh. So at this point, you have to be what? I don't even know what your power level would be at this point.
You know very well about my true identity, and have even met others of my kind in other nations.
So see, he's okay. Because recently I made a lore short about how I subscribe to the theory that the traveler's abilities are just of the original sovereigns. Specifically because they have similar talents, the way that they look. And I think like Hydra Traveler and Neuvillette is like the easiest example of it. Even though it might not be a one-to-one, like Apep and Neuvillette are the confirmed quote-unquote official. And I say official just because like, hey, it's just really in your face that they're the sovereigns. And we don't really know about Mondstadt and Liyue, but like, I personally think that Aishtaha is the original Geo sovereign, or they're going to just end up giving us like a new Earth dragon who was super ancient that we just never heard of before, Smile. But like, I made a lore short because like the Traveler's talents, again, bear some similarities. It's not an exact one-to-one, but it looks like the weaker form of them. So like him saying, you've even met others of my kind in other nations. Obviously, he could be referring to the general scope of Vishops, but also like Apep is like the only one, and like Aishtaha, clearly we can't just go and be like, hey friend, but like, you know, it was just an interesting conversation I had with someone who, yes, we can't, it's not officially stated that either Dvalin or Aishtaha are sovereigns. Though of the two, I really lean more into Aishtaha just because Aishtaha has existed since very, very ancient times. Like, Morax never created him or anything. Aishtaha was just asleep in Liyue for like years. Yeah, like Dvalin is very baby. Dvalin literally was created with the elemental like energies in the heavens and then descended like very compared to the sovereigns. Dvalin is like babyest. So like, yeah.
Even though I was born with a human form, there is a fundamental difference between dragons and humans.
So yes, Aishtaha was not created by Morax. Morax only gave him sight. And they had a contract where even though Aishtaha was grateful for the gift that Morax bestowed upon him, should Aishtaha ever get to a point where he became a threat to Liyue, then Morax would seal him underground again. But Morax never created Aishtaha. Aishtaha just existed for years. So that's why I feel like he'd be the Geo Sovereign. It would make sense to me personally, but there's still enough like vagueness that you could be like, okay, well, we don't really know. Because not every dragon that we stumble upon is a sovereign. But all the sovereigns are dragons, if that makes sense. I imagine a pep scruffing to Fallen and taking the dragons. Like, okay, I feel like I really love a pep because a pep is literally like, I don't like you guys. I don't like humans. I especially don't like archons. Get away from me. Get off of my lawn. I have contempt for the world and what it has become. And, you know, but I still think it's just so funny, the differences. She is angry. She is Nahida's #1 hater. And I love that for her. I feel, I love Apep so much. She's so funny. it would make sense that Asia has a Geo Sovereign. Like, I just feel like what other like ancient Earth dragon would we have, you know?
Taking on the role of Chief Justice does not make me a part of this community. In fact, the status I was granted has prevented me from forming deeper bonds with others.
We can change that, Neuvillette. We can change that. I promise you.
I have lived in Fontaine for a long time, but I do not belong here. That is why I call myself an outsider, a fish out of water.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, we're a star. Like, we're a literal star. Who escaped a planet that had star-devouring darkness. And now we're here helping people in Tiva.
Yeah, we have nothing to do with all those organizations anyway. So how about we come with you on your investigation? Let's team up and round up all the bad guys lurking in the dark.
My mom. Her voice there, she's so cute.
That does not sound like a bad idea. I rarely investigate cases on my own, but with professionals like you around, I'm sure it will go a lot smoother.
Professionals is a strong word.
Oh, Paimon's starting to get a little embarrassed. Just leave it to us.
I will write my note of absence right away. Let us depart together once I'm done.
Asia's title is Sealed Lord of Bishops in English. Yeah, and suffering from abandonment issues from your sibling that replaced them
Let
with the
us go.
Abyss Harem.
We should
Yeah.
visit Kiara first and try to gain a better understanding of the situation.
My gosh, I hate to see him go. I love to watch him
So
leave.
Neuvillette feels like he doesn't truly belong here in Fontaine, but is that really true?
I feel like there's so much when you really unpack like Neuvillette's role, because it's like, hey, he's the reborn Hydro Sovereign who now has the duty of the Iudex of Fontaine to, like, he states himself that he learns about humans through the trials in which he participates in. And I say participates in, you know, in his role as judge, but like, or chief justice, excuse me. But like, to be disconnected from so many worlds and attempting to to learn despite everything that has happened to your kind. Because when you look back into, like, when, shout out in Kanomia, region I have never gotten over, we learned how the primordial one created the human realm. So you have, like, the sovereigns lost their kin that either perished or they're all scattered. The primordial one and Celestia now take over the world that you once ruled. Now you're going to be reborn in some form, whether dragon or, if you're impure, human. And now you have humans living in a world, of course, that was not originally theirs. And you view humanity through such a disconnected, like, and I don't mean disconnected in like a derogatory way, but it's just like, I don't know. I feel like I would dissociate. I couldn't even imagine being in that position. And now it's like, I am now residing over the trials of humans who can, like, be truly evil, or it's just very terrible circumstance. Like, I don't know. I feel like there's like a lot there.
Feels like he has a kind of skewed perspective on a lot of things. Anyway, let's catch up with him first.
He may not have a skewed perspective, Pine. He could just be, you know, Neuvillette. Also, I love how his chapter title, just like Zhongyi's, is not the same as his constellation title.
Water, right? But since you're the Hydro Dragon, would a dragon out of water suit you better?
Thank you for your suggestion. I will consider using the more accurate term in private occasions.
What?
Please allow me to rephrase. Has a dragon out of water?
Oh my god.
Ugh. That sounds kind of weird. Let's stick with the previous version instead.
Please. Oh my gosh.
Food in the cafeteria.
Oh my god. I mean,
Enough to make it in.
Oh my goodness. As a dragon out of water? Please. These Paimon's like, no, just stop. Just stop. But yes, like Zhongli and Neuvillette both have different constellation and story title names. Like it's not the same, which I really like. I have so many emotions.
I never
just
thought I'd see him here.
Oh,
Does anyone have a camera?
are they talking about Neuvillette? I miss Zhongli. I need my dragons together. I forget that people in Fontaine treat Neuvillette like he's a Pokemon.
The weather's amazing today.
He's so cute.
Kiara,
Monsieur Neuvillette! And you are? Oh, I remember. You're the Traveler and Paimon. I've heard about you.
Look at them go. Oh, I love them. I love Melusine so much.
Aw, she's adorable. Hey there, it's nice to meet you.
Do you think if someone like tried to attack Melusines that Neuvillette would just like bloodbend them?
Thanks for the compliment. Is there anything I can do for you?
I heard from Sidine that you received a threatening letter.
A threatening letter? Oh, right! I remember now. The letter fell through the crack in my door as I was heading out this morning. It said something about catching me, so I thought someone wanted to play hide and seek.
Oh, sweetie.
But Sidine told me it was a threatening letter, and that I could be in danger. But that's not gonna happen with everyone looking after me, right?
Have you run into any suspicious-looking people recently?
Suspicious-looking people? What counts as suspicious?
Someone who follows you from behind, or someone who always strikes up a conversation with you? Man.
Ah! Did you think of something? Nope. I don't remember meeting anyone like that.
Oh.
Do you still have the letter with you? I want you to show me what it says.
Oh, let's see. Found it.
I want to spend the time to actually decode this, but also...
Now then, get lost. If you don't leave the Maréchaussée Phantom, I will come and catch you in person. Don't say I didn't warn you. A simple threat. Neither the handwriting nor the content itself reveals anything about the writer's intentions.
Charlotte is just around the corner, just ready to take pictures of Neuvillette like the paparazzi. Goodness gracious.
We can't rule out that possibility.
To this day, I am proud of you all.
What, Dash? Hello, hello. How are you doing? Been a while. Thank you so much for the tier 1 resubscription. Really appreciate it. Can Neuvillette come and catch me? I mean, I feel like he would politely decline if we were to ask, like, hey.
Since you can't think of anyone suspicious, I will be heading back to the Palais Mermonia to review some official documents. Kiara, you should come with us. It's safer if you stay close by.
He sounds so anxious. Like, that's really good. Like, not like good, but you know, it's... But I hope all has been well, Dash. I'm finally doing Neuvillette's story quest. And I've been doing nothing but fawning. Like, he's definitely talking, but I'm not hearing anything. I love him so much.
Sure. Wait, no. I still have a case to work on. I promised Alof that I'd check on her place later.
But you are being watched right now. Going off on your own could be dangerous.
Oh, he's such a concern. Like, I love him.
And that's where we come in to help. We'll stay with Kiara and make sure she's safe. With us around, anyone scheming to hurt Kiara can forget about it. Thank you, Traveler. Big Sis Paimon.
Big sis Paimon screeches. That's so cute. Oh no, I all of a sudden can't walk. If only there was a reincarnated Hydro Dragon nearby who could carry me in its dragon arms. I'm sooner of the belief that like the traveler would probably just drag you. But don't worry. Just to indulge you, Astral, I'm sure if you're like next to Neuvillette in true shoujo like fashion, there will be a beautiful luminescent blush as he catches you and you fall.
Don't worry, your big sis Paimon is super strong.
All right, let us go our separate ways for now. Please take care of Kiara.
We'll take her to a lost place right away. See you around.
And then after, you know, he protects you in his big, strong dragon arms, you can later have tea with Risley. If Lumine wants to carry me in her strong arms, Neuvillette can wait. So true. So true.
So, Kiara, how old are you? Let me think. 1, 2, 10? I can't remember. But I remember coming to the court of Fontaine with Carol and Neuvillette. That must have been a long time ago.
Oh, sweetie, you're like 400 years old
Carol?
then.
Didn't Neuvillette mention her just now? That was more than 400 years ago. Why would Paimon be a big sister to you? My memory isn't that good. But Carol told me I could address others based on how I feel about them. Paimon feels a lot more grown up than me, so you're a big sis. Huh. Paimon sees.
Yeah, the Melusine.
Hey, Traveler, did you hear that?
Yeah, big sis Paimon, who like is definitely not just a travel guide fairy. Oh, Charlotte.
Strange. Paimon felt like someone was following us. Olaf!
Kiara, you're here. Huh? Wait, aren't these two...
Greetings, Elaf.
Oh, they're the Traveler and Big Sis Paimon.
I thought so. What brings you here?
We are protecting Kiara on a secret mission.
Did you run into any trouble?
It's not really trouble anymore with us around. May I begin inspecting the store as planned?
Of course. Go ahead.
I love the Melusine so much. Their animations, their designs, I genuinely love them.
No hazards detected. You've cleared the inspection. Seems like the criminal from that case last month never set foot in here at all.
I love the Melusine so much. I understand the love for Neuvillette. I'm doing all right. Wishing my fall winter actually involves some coldness since it feels like summer where I'm from. It just recently got chilly here. I think it'll be cold, but unfortunately I don't think where I am it snows, which makes me so sad because I grew up in areas where it was just so much snow in like mid-fall and then winter. Because winter is my favorite season.
That was quick. What were you inspecting? I took a look around the shop. Neuvillette says that us Melusines have special eyes that can see things people can't. Things like bloodstains. No matter how hard you try to clean them up, we Melusines can see their residual stains for some time. Pretty cool, huh?
Oh, I mean, but that's not like so surprising considering like they can see very, very well. And I imagine they can also hear very well. And they also live for a very long time. We can see, like, I just love the Moe gap of like, we can see really cool things like blood.
All right. Now that you're done inspecting, can we have a chat? Hear me out. I'm planning to release an outfit for children next month and wanted to hire you as my model. Is that okay with you?
Oh my gosh, do we get to see her in a cute outfit?
Of course! Is there anything I need to do?
Please wait a moment while I take your measurements. The sample should be a perfect fit.
Seems like they get along really well. Huh? What are you looking at?
I think there's someone over there.
Is there really someone watching us? Shh! Let's sneak over and take a look.
I think light and frilly clothes look best on you. You definitely look cute wearing them.
I love them too! Especially the soft and fluffy kind.
Oh my goodness. I'm attached to you, Kiara, which means I am very sad. Because whenever I get attached to literally any character, thing happens.
Strange. Why isn't he back yet?
Gotcha!
Oh no, the bird.
Charlotte, what are you doing here? Oh, wait, don't tell Paimon you're the one who sent Kiara that threatening letter. But you don't seem like the type to...
Threat letter? What threat letter?
Oh, Paimon, sometimes I wish you just wouldn't say anything.
This is starting to feel like an interrogation. Okay, I'll be straight with you. I don't know the slightest thing about that threat letter you mentioned. I only wanted to follow Monsieur Neuvillette and request an interview with him.
You want to interview him?
That's right. I'm not the only one, you know. Interviewing him is every journalist's dream.
Shout out to Charlotte for having, like, the confidence, because I, like, you know, Neuvillette is many things. I would be so nervous to have, like, an actual interview conversation with him. It could not be
It's not an
me.
easy task to accomplish. The Palais Mermonia rarely accepts appointment requests from us, and we never have the chance to interrupt when the court's in session.
Though, to be fair, I don't like the paparazzi. Like, journalism is one thing, but, like, paparazzi kind of stuff is really, like, questionable
so
to me.
imagine how surprised I was seeing him out on the streets today. It seemed like you were investigating something too. The perfect opportunity to whip up an exclusive, don't you think? Of course, I'll make sure to turn in my manuscript to him for review. I have my principles, and I'd never publish an article without the consent of all parties involved.
I don't think he'd agree. It's better if we keep this secret.
Yeah, we're doing a secret investigation that can't be made public knowledge.
I see. Well, if you say so, I guess I'll put this matter aside for now. What a shame. Chances like this don't come by very often, you know. In exchange, could you tell me what the threat letter is about? I swear I won't tell.
This is why, Paimon, you shouldn't say anything.
All right, then.
What? Someone's targeting a cute little Melusine?
Shh, not so loud.
It just so happens that I did an interview with Kiara. Last month, in fact. It was well received by our readers, so I was planning to continue the series. And now someone's coming after her. I'll ask my colleagues about it. Who knows? We might find something. And don't worry, I know what I'm doing. This secret's safe with me.
I don't know how I could be in Fontaine where, like, the Melusine are very protected, rightfully so. And someone who would dare to not only threaten or wish, like, physical harm on them, like, I would I couldn't imagine the wrath that you would face. Because not only you would have, like, you know, Fontaine, but, like, Neuvillette. I see a Melusine IRL and I fall to my knees in tears. It's like seeing a little kitten. They're literally so
But
precious.
I gotta warn you, even if I keep my lips sealed, others will know eventually.
Why?
People care a great deal about Monsieur Neuvillette's each and every move. Some may have already realized that something was up. Besides, the case involves Melusines, so... Anyway, I'll get going now. Watch yourselves, alright?
It's like seeing a little kitten. Yeah. So now I'm wondering, is there like a secret fan? Like, you know, like how in Star Rail, I think there's like I am really removed from the story, so I'm not completely caught up. But it reminds me of, I think, was it like Jing Yun? Or there was a character who would like take pictures of Jing Yuan. And there's like a fan club for him. So is there like a fan club for Neuvillette? Like, I feel
Well,
like
that was a nice chat.
People are like taking pictures
Let's
of
head back and check on
Neuvillette
Kiara.
and being like, ooh, behold. Clahan! Screeches.
What do you think? The design looks pretty good, huh?
I think it's great!
Huh. It's very pretty indeed.
Haran! What are you doing here?
I love Claron's design.
It seems that you just showed up out of nowhere!
As I passed by the Palais Mermonia, I heard that Neuvillette was investigating a case with you. Technically speaking, he and I are under an employer-employee relationship. It didn't feel right to have my employer personally take on such trivial cases.
I really like her design, and my goodness, are those buttons fighting for dear life.
I happened to have some time at the moment, and came to take a look. I sometimes have my clothes custom-made at this boutique, in any case, so we always have a lot to talk about.
Ah, Neuvillette sure is lucky to have someone like you.
Leave this to me. You should go meet up with Neuvillette.
Okay then, we'll leave Kiara in your hands. Come on, let's go find Neuvillette.
Must. She is very pretty. I was like, maybe she'll be like a 4-star. And then I think about it, I'm like, she's probably going to be a 5-star. But I am like so excited for... Okay, well, I'm very excited for 4.2.
How has your work been recently?
Same as usual. My schedule normally isn't too packed, so I have plenty of time for myself.
Ooh, then shall we go out to play? How about a beach vacation, like last time?
They went on a beach vacation?
I've even signed up as a volunteer lifeguard. I'm really good at swimming, so I'm sure I can help.
Oh my gosh. My clothes are custom made, so the buttons are on purpose. Well, like ignoring like the story and things like that. For characters specifically, especially with a game that has a gacha system, they know who their market is. I mean, I like her design, but like, you know. And to be honest, like, I feel... I think... Where is she? I don't know. I feel like Yelan and Eula, like, I don't know, their designs I feel really made people explode. Also Shenhe. So. Bonjour. Bonjour. Welcome, welcome, French Writing Shogun. Also, oh, the pala, like the, see, I never turned in my commissions. It's fine. Everything is being saved for Furina. I am so, like, I haven't looked at any of the banners. I'm just, everything is for Furina. I am, because I will be streaming my polls, but I am praying for her and her weapon. So excited.
Step on up.
You know, at some point I should probably do that world quest. That poor gent has been sitting over there. I still need to watch the special program. I watched the trailer and I haven't watched the full special program because I want to go specifically into 4.2, like mostly blind. Like, and by that I mean, like, obviously we know that Fiorina and Charlotte are going to be on the next banners and things like that as a rate up. And you know, the next Archon quest will happen, but I'm saving for the water goblin as well. She must be protected. I really like Fiorina. Like, I mean, I don't dislike any of the Archons really. I obviously have like some I prefer over the other, but like Zhongli is my favorite. And then I especially really I adore Raiden. Like and the Shogun. Nahida I think is written very, very well. Like, I love her. And Venti is just a soft spot in my heart. So, and I really like Furina. Not to mention, we're going to be getting Furina's story quest, so I feel like it was only natural for me to have done Neuvillette's first. So, oh, the world quest is really short. Okay. Ooh. I love him.
Oh, you're back. Is everything all right?
He sounds so worried and concerned. Oh.
We ran into Cloran. She offered to help us protect Kiara.
That is good to hear. I trust her abilities. It looks like Kiara is in good hands.
We thought so too. Well, did you find any leads?
I've been looking over the case records, specifically inspection reports submitted by Kiara and major cases I've judged over the past decade. I've come up with 2 plans. On one hand, I could start with Kiara and track down the group behind all this step by step.
This is just completely okay, it's like slightly related. But I think of Neuvillette being the Chief Justice, and even though he rarely goes outside and is very much so an introvert in that regard, I just think of really silly hypotheticals of like he appears as very stoic and reserved, and he is, but he has that softness to him. And now I'm just trying to think of, like, I think of that scene in the Archon quest where Furina is like, you have to be with me, Neuvillette. And he's like, is there information that's being kept from me? And I'm wondering, I don't think, like, I could, like, bluff to Neuvillette. I feel like that would be so horrifying to, like, try and lie to him. Because he'd be able to just immediately be like, no, I know you're lying. Like, even though he's still, I suppose, I use the word innocent in the sense of him learning about the world as it currently is, like, gradually more and more. But, like, could you imagine trying to lie to Neuvillette?
On the other, I could also analyze the conflicting interests of these major cases and confirm my suspicions if there is indeed a mysterious group that bears a grudge against me.
They both sound like pretty solid plans, but can you really finish browsing through all these documents? That's a lot of reading even for Paimon.
The way her voice trails off.
Don't worry. I'm a fast reader when it comes to official documents. After all, I have several hundred years of reviewing under my belt.
Casual flex.
We'll help you read through them. We have nothing else to do.
I love the idea of, like, the Traveler and Paimon are going to help him, and they're like, okay, we've gone through, like, a few documents. And he's like, as I scoured over the past 400,000 documents, I have discovered...
Thank you. I will continue looking through the ones piled up on the desk, but feel free to browse through anything else in this room.
We get to read! Oh my gosh. Wait. Okay, we get to read... Callus, boss of the Spina di Rosula, was defeated in the duel and died of serious injuries. The defense of his honor has now come to a close. The defendant did not raise any objection throughout the trial. Iudex Neuvillette reserved judgment in this case. Its details are still under investigation. Oh, crying. Oh my gosh. There has been a severe bribery scandal within the guards. The Special Security and Surveillance Patrol has investigated the case. All suspects involved have been arrested. The suspects have confessed to their crimes. About the Representative Council's proposal. The Representative Council has filed a request to collaborate with the Maréchaussée Phantom on certain public events. Based on research, they believe that Melusines can enhance the popularity of these events. The Maréchaussée Phantom has yet to respond. However, it has not prohibited the Melusines from participating in such activities. A smuggling case. The smuggling case was solved by the joint forces of the Guards and the Maréchaussée Phantom. The The principal offenders have received judgment based on the severity of their crimes. Please refer to the appendix for the list of names. About Risley. The defendant, Risley, has confessed to his crimes and was declared guilty by Iudex Neuvillette. Okay. Okay, so I know nothing about Risley. Like, I could suspect, like, certain things as to why he would be in... Why am I blanking? I'm blanking on the quote-unquote not prison, but the prison's name. But basically, I was very just not expecting just to read this. Risley will be Fortress of Meropide. Thank you, game. I forgot. Risley will be exiled to the Fortress of Meropide, where he will be serving his sentence. During the trial, Neuvillette remained silent for a long time. What happened here? What do you mean? It's just over. Oh, see, now I want to do his quest.
Have you made any progress?
Man, these characters are gonna be the death of me.
We skipped through some of them, but there wasn't anything useful.
Yes, pertaining to this Melusine specifically, but
To
for
this
me,
day,
oh
I am proud of you all.
my goodness. Hi, Smay. Thank you so much for the tier 1. Well, thank you for stopping by at work. Focus on work. I will just be here. Thank you so much. Hope you're having fun with Father Dragon Quest. I can't believe we're Dragon Questing. Yeah, by all means, like, just, you know, focus on work. Thank you so much for the resubscription. I really appreciate it. Neuvillette and Zhongli's story quests. Just call that Dragon Quest. That's something I feel like Smay would say. I still need to do Risley's World Quest. I have to do so many. Like, I need to do Unfinished Comedy. I still need to finish the other, like the Fontaine Institute one. Various ones on the map I haven't gotten to yet. Because the update is on the 8th. Like, so for where I am on the East Coast, it's usually in the evening, like between like 9:30, 11 p.m. That's usually when it drops. So, but during that time, there's also like, you know, 4 or 5 hour maintenance. And it's like, I really want to get through everything. I don't want to sound like I'm rushing myself and overwhelming myself. But I generally just am very interested in the story. That being said, I've been having a lot of fun editing and making lore shorts. I think they're really really fun to do, and talking to people who either are a bit unfamiliar with the story or who have their own theories and their own connections. So I think that it's really, really entertaining. I only just finished the on-world quest. Yeah, the Narcissan Kites. Yeah, and that's the thing too, Astral, because in the next update, we're also getting more Narcissan Kites information. Like, I had screamed on Twitter that 4.2 is a lore patch, but it literally is a lore patch. Like, I can't express it enough. Oh shoot, really? Yes. And the reason for that is because, like, I know you haven't watched the special program, but in the trailer, there is a specific...
This was ordained by fate.
Irene Bate, welcome. How are you? There is a scene that specifically involves the Narcissan Kites Ordo. So it's like, yeah, me too. Like, I need to catch up, and I'm like, oh, because I'm very interested in Risley's quest, but out of the things that for me take priority, he is more on like the latter half. Like, I'm always very interested in the world quests and the world building, finding the text and attempting to connect and digest the information that's given to us for this region. And Risley, like, his quest and his world quest is going to just be so much. because I will be having a podcast stream with my fellow lore keepers in a few hours as well. And I know for a fact they will probably be mentioning the the world quests and things. And so I'm gonna have to like deafen myself and be like, I don't hear anything.
Oh, there's so many documents lying around. Just how many cases have you handled?
When the water horse stomped the entirety of Mondstadt in the 4.2 train. Amazing. Wonder how Kaya's fight with the horse will go. Yeah, I'm also really curious about how Kaya is going to defeat them. It was really tragic to see what was going on with Diluc during that time as well. Like just a shot that we see in the trailer. So I'm also really curious to see how that's gonna go. /J.
I would love to answer that question, but the truth is I've never made a precise calculation myself.
What do you think would happen if someone just like hugged Neuvillette?
If memory serves me right, there should be at least 100,000 cases. The documents you see are just a small fraction of what's really there.
Whoa, that's a lot. Looks like the work of a Chief Justice isn't easy at all.
That might be how it seems from another's perspective, but trials and official duties are, to me, simply routine.
Neuvillette, we have to give you more things outside of just...
To this day, I am proud of you all.
Genesis Jacket, hello. How are you? It's been a while. Thank you for all the Slay HQ. Things continue to get interesting. Oh my god. Like, Fontaine, like, I've had a lot of fun with Fontaine so far. Like, I've been taking my time, like, exploring, but the quest, it's like one after the next. And it's like, it's a lot. And I will always be one to say, do not force yourself to get through content quickly just because other people are caught up. That's just such an easy way to burn out. Not just from experience, but just for your own like mental health. And I mean this generally, because the story quests and things will always be there. 4.2 is very exciting because the Archon quest is titled Masquerade of the Guilty. And we're going to get like a lot of information, but it's also like, take your time to really digest things and then having to reflect. Because I'm like, even though my brain has never left Enkanomiya and the Chasm, honestly, there's still so much just from base Fontaine back in 4.0 we got that I'm still processing because of how much they give us so much. And that's why I really love the lore community, because not only is there so much you can talk about and piece things together, but you can have just such a fun time discovering things or viewing things from a separate perspective than someone else has. I always say I need to catch up, but I've only been looking forward to Archon Quest. I mean, if you prefer just doing Archon Quest, that's completely fine. World Quests are great, and I will always recommend them. But if they're not for you, then, they're not for you. Not gonna lie, the makeout scene between... Oh, you did not call him that. I will just say Green Man. I refuse to say that. Oh my gosh, Smay. Fontaine's city first tsunami when Neuvillette gets hugged for the first time. Oh, you know what? Now that I think about it, I feel like Neuvillette is low-key touch-starved without him realizing it himself. Maybe he'd be confused. Oh yeah, I definitely think that. Ignoring all of the headcanons I have about this man, I feel like if someone, especially like if a Melusine or otherwise were to hug him, he's definitely like, he would give me like, he would stand still, not because he doesn't like physical contact, and perhaps he may or may not, but like you said, he wouldn't recognize it, and then he would have to digest and like wrap his brain about like, what? Oh, Astral, like, please Neuvillette come into my arms. Yes, I think he should have many hugs and head pats even, perhaps. But I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm shorter than him, but...
There are many documents here. Take a break if you are tired.
I feel like I would explode if Neuvillette looked at me. But I would support people who would go and hug him. Imagine you hug Neuvillette in the rain and it stops raining. Oh my god! That is a fan fiction prompt. I'm writing. Dude, that'd be so like, I think that'd be so cute and also kind of funny. Because it's like, oh, it's raining. And then you hug him and it either starts to be a downpour or it's just like, why did the rain all stop? Question mark. Head pats in his dragon form. I would love to see his actual true dragon form. There was a beautiful fan interpretation artwork of what his true dragon form looks like, and I was in love. But like, I think everyone should hug Neuvillette.
You read Paimon's mind.
All right, let us take a break then.
I feel he'd blue screened if you gave him a hug. Yeah, you hug him and it's the AOL dial-up noise. Is this supposed to be like, oh, it's awkward because he doesn't know what to say? Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, see. Okay, so first and foremost, we're all socially awkward. So like, he may get stagger resistance at C1, but he can't resist a hug, please. Like, I feel bad because it's like, okay, Neuvillette has his duty of being Eudex, and he's very, like, obviously, he's rightfully serious about what he does and is impartial to the cases that are presented beforehand. But when you remove him from his position, it's like, Neuvillette, who are you as a person? Like, you know, because I feel like he, for hundreds of years, he's so emotionally reserved and he's still like navigating that aspect of his character. So it's like, oh, it's just awkward here. But like, I feel like you could try to make conversation with him. I would not, because I would be in shambles, but I'm sure someone could.
Even though resting is a part of taking a break, shouldn't we at least talk about something? All this silence is making Paimon feel really awkward.
Please pardon my lack of consideration. People rarely come to the Palais Mermonia for matters outside of work. To be quite honest, I am not sure what we should do.
If I speak, like, that's so sad. I have so many, like, that's so sad. And it's also like, please, because he mentions how he's like, I'm literally getting worked up about a water dragon in a game, please. Like, it makes me so sad that, you know, he's just used to people only coming to seeing to him for professional or official matters. And because of that, he doesn't really have his own, or, I mean, he's just, oh, Neuvillette.
Would you like to have some drinks, perhaps? You must be thirsty after all that work.
He's trying so hard with small talk. My heart. Please. Oh my goodness.
Ooh, drinks! Thank you! Paimon wonders what Neuvillette likes to drink. Oh, maybe he's a fan of really fancy wines.
Paimon, I hate to break it to you. Have a good day at work, Smay. Thank you so much. I remember his Japanese voice actor said in an interview that it feels like Neuvillette may appear scary on the surface, but deep down, he sometimes wants to talk to someone or have someone talk to him or invite him to things. It was so sweet and sad. Okay, I'm gonna go a full fangirl for a moment. There was the cutest fan fiction I read about Neuvillette discovering hobbies he may be interested in, but he was not sure how to go about it. Also, him discovering different emotions like he hadn't really, well, it's like he it's like he's trying, and he's also not used to people wanting to be around him, presumably outside of work. And regardless if you see it as like yeah, it's a character in a game who's just emotionally constipated. Like you have people in real life too who are like their own, like just work. They don't really go out and like they're to themselves, but they do yearn for that like kind of social, it may not necessarily be social gatherings, but still just to have others reach out to them. Like Lumina's strong because I like ignoring me being an awkward mess. I genuinely would love to just be able, like, just to talk to Neuvillette. I would love for like characters to just do that more with him, because of course it's going to be awkward at first because he's just used to just doing things in Fontaine's court system, and he is very professional. That's cool, but like he needs to explore having like, you know, hobbies and doing things at his own pace. So like, also, I don't think I said hello to you, Starbit. Hello. I need to find the fic again because I read it on, it was crossed on Archive of Our Own and Tumblr. So I need to find it again because I read this like a few weeks ago. But I need to find it. So it's just really cute. I really appreciate that people are exploring Neuvillette a bit. But also, on the topic of what Paimon just says, I felt so validated with Neuvillette being the person who's like, I love water. I love drinking different kinds of water. All water tastes different, because it absolutely does. And if people say that water does not taste different, are lying. They're lying.
He seems like the type of person who'd own an entire winery. You know, like Diluc.
No, honestly, I don't get that vibe, Paimon. I feel like he just likes... If anything, I would sooner believe that Neuvillette would drink a juice box than wine. I don't know why. But yes, I hope you're doing well too.
What's inside these glasses? It looks just like water.
An astute observation. It is indeed water.
He's so funny, and he doesn't try to be, please. I mean, I love water, so like, I'd be like, this is really nice.
So it's just plain old water?
What did you think it was?
Oh my gosh.
Since you're the Chief Justice and all, Paimon thought you'd prefer something more sophisticated.
I mean, water can be sophisticated. Parentheses, me coming up with every excuse about hydro homies. Yeah, hydro homies.
This water is indeed very special. It would not be an overstatement to call it sophisticated.
Huh?
I believe you've already tried Fonta. In fact, there are many other drink factories in Fontaine, including those that specialize in packaging pure drinking water.
I remember he does not like, which is fair.
Said water is sourced from all across Tivat, including Mondstadt's Cider Lake, Liyue's Chintsa Village, and Inazuma's Konda Village. Here is one of their latest products, water from Sumeru's Apam Woods.
I'll be completely honest. I would not be against water tasting, because I think that'd be nice.
If I were to comment on their mouthfeel, the waters of Cider Lake warm the heart, The waters of Chintsa village have a poignant touch, while one might call the waters of Konda village placid.
I cannot express how much I love him because this is so good. I love this. Neuvillette is absolutely investing in that pure water. On the topic of investing too, I feel like Neuvillette is so wealthy, even though he would just, there's like Mora would mean nothing to him really. Like, yeah, he's so real from it. Like all water tastes different depending on the area. Like I love that so much. Dasani tastes like, oh god, Dasani, no. We do not stand
Distinct
Dasani
differences
water.
exist between the waters of each area. You will appreciate their intricacies once you taste them carefully.
Neuvillette earnestly discussing mouthfeel. Is it everything? Like, it is. I love him. This is so good. Like, I love listening to people being passionate about things that they love. Like, it makes me so happy. Like, even if I don't know what you're talking about, I'm literally just going to be like, chin and palm, like, please go on. Dasani tastes like the way pools smell. I feel like if you gave Neuvillette Dasani water, that'd be an assassination attempt, just like taking him to the desert.
What do you think?
He's so, like, what do you think? Do you like water?
Nope. Paimon couldn't taste any difference at all. Isn't this just normal water?
How regrettable. It seems like you still have a long way to go in refining your tastes.
The way that he said that. Oh my gosh. Also, I feel like this could be used as a meme.
Hey, this doesn't have to do with refining our taste. Paimon's pretty sure most ordinary people can't tell the difference. How did you do it anyway?
Paimon.
Oh, could it be because you're the Hydro Dragon?
Possibly. He could be very, very passionate about water because he is the Hydro Sovereign Paimon. That could, in fact, be the case.
We are allowed to bring that up, right? Since no one else is around? Oh, Paimon's been wanting to ask this for ages. If you're the Hydro Dragon, why would you become Chief Justice in human society?
This is such a good question for her. Get Zhongli in here now. Let the old men experience the beautiful sensations of the world. Yes. Together, both of them can experience the world. Well, because, like, Zhongli enjoys taking walks and is very much so, like, I say extroverted, but in a sense, like, he loves going about, exploring the environment, learning of different areas. Like, he's very cultured. He enjoys going to, like, plays and operas and things like that. So I think that I like to imagine that they would get along well. No, not just because of my own headcanon and brain, but But that is an actual, like, very good question that Paimon asked.
Sorry. Paimon was just curious. You don't have to answer.
There's nothing to hide. I was simply organizing my thoughts.
Maybe.
I accepted this position because I wanted to seek out answers to questions that have perplexed me.
Questions? Are there really things you can't figure out?
Many, in fact. But the one question that puzzles me the most concerns my own existence.
I don't like that the music stopped when he said this. I'm laughing nervously, but my goodness.
In essence, I neither know why I was born in this form, nor do I understand where my long life should take me. I lost many memories from the moment I was born. The primordial sea, for example. I can only vaguely recall its connection to me, but I am unaware of what that connection is exactly.
Sorry, I just have like a stunned silence. The moment he was born, he lost many of his memories. Okay.
Perhaps the elemental dragons of other nations may have some form of an answer. However, they are scattered across all of Tevat. Abruptly visiting could very well pose an unpredictable risk.
True. Some of them have very unique personalities, too.
Like a pet. If we go say hi to her, she will probably just not like that.
I have been holding on to these unanswered questions for a long time. But there is one thing I've discovered along the way. My emotions easily resonate with those of others. Even I don't have the slightest idea what they mean.
Hoyoverse, please. Let me hug him.
My guess would be that there are at least some similarities between humans and myself. By observing their behavior, perhaps I could one day understand the meaning of my existence.
No, though, like if it weren't for their roles, I also genuinely think Zhongli and Neuvillette would be good friends. They could learn so much from each other and enjoy various hobbies together. Because when I think of like Fiorina and Neuvillette's relationship, just from what she's seen, I don't know all the ins and outs of Neuvillette. Um, but what I can say is that a part of me wonders if he cares deeply for her, but doesn't like what she represents as an Archon, if that makes sense. Because um also spoilers to those who have not done the most recent Archon quests. I'll pause for a second. But we learn that the Gnosis, the power that is within them, originated from the seven sovereigns. And so the power of the sovereigns lay the basis of the Archon's authority. And the reborn sovereigns, at the very least, don't have access to their full dragonhood and will not unless an Archon completely submits their authority back to said sovereign and disappear, quote unquote. Because like my theory, this is like slightly unrelated, but not unrelated, but my theory for 4.2, and I had made it into a theory short on TikTok, was Fiorina submitting her authority and relinquishing it to Neuvillette because, like, as the god of justice, she knows what is really going on. Like that's my leading theory. I will probably be wrong, but like I think of like I feel so much that like every character is different. Neuvillette still is still very curious about the world in that sense, especially here, as he's talking about how he wants to understand humans better and understand his existence. But I don't know, we'll see. So I have many thoughts, and they're all scrambled right now. So I apologize.
Have you made any progress then?
Perhaps, but I find such progress difficult to describe. As an outsider, chances to engage in meaningful interactions with others are few and far between. That's why I'm quite thankful for this chat. Such opportunities are rare. Alas, time is limited. We should move on with our investigation.
No, can I keep talking to him?
Are we
I want to keep talking to
these
Neuvillette.
documents? Paimon's getting dizzy already.
I wasn't able to find any leads even after browsing through most of the documents. But while we were on the topic of water a moment ago, another idea came to me.
Water? Do you mean...
Fountain of Lucine. Also, does Neuvillette ever hear Fiorina crying? I've always like been curious about that. Like maybe I've just Ooh, also something that I've done. I wonder if after version 4.2, like specifically Masquerade of the Guilty, I recorded the Fountain of Lucine, like Fiorina crying, like hearing her voice, assuming, yeah, it is her voice. I wanted to record it because ever since Sumeru's Archon quests, specifically after Rukkhadevata is removed from Irminsul, so much of the world changes. And I'm wondering if like you will no longer hear her crying after version 4.2. if something changes like that. So I'm really curious. I'm really curious.
That's right. The Fountain of Lucine is where all of Fontaine's waters converge. It is the vessel of countless memories and emotions.
Interesting. Fountain of Lucine is where countless memories and emotions converge. So that's curious when you consider how memories are stored. Like, obviously, you can be like the general memories, like, oh yeah, people like tossing coins into fountains or things like that. And, you know, different people will have different forms of remembrance at locations like that. But I think of in Fontaine, not in Fontaine, excuse me, in Tavat, where you have different forms of memories being preserved, whether through allegory in books, whether in rocks. In Zhongli's story quest, we learn how Kunjun's able to um, read memories depending on the type of rock. And then you have dreams and memories with the Aranara, and now you have like water as well. So how memories are preserved in so many different forms in this world are very
If there
interesting.
really were an organization attempting to use Melusines against me, they should also hold an intense resentment towards me. Perhaps we'll be able to find some new leads by sensing the hydro element within the fountain.
Huh. Why didn't Paimon think of that? Come on, let's go take a look!
Perhaps we should go. There shouldn't be too many people near the Fountain of Lucine during the evening.
I didn't take a screenshot there, but I loved how it's like, oh yeah, there are 3 cups, you know, for the 3 people that were here. Just like the rule of 3 constantly. But no, Astral, I read this and now I have to do his quest. The defendant Risley has confessed to his crimes and was declared guilty by Iudex Neuvillette. Risley will be exiled to the fortress of Merobid, where he will be serving his sentence. During the trial, Neuvillette remained silent for a long time. Oh my gosh. Also, welcome, Kent. How are you? I feel he could definitely hear her crying. I do wonder if he tries to comfort her. So, for fear of sounding super headcanon-y, but a part of me really wonders if there were times, like, I like to imagine Furina and Neuvillette, if rarely, will have moments where it's like just pure raw emotion. And by raw emotion, I mean like,
Tea is ready. Now it's time for a short rest.
like Furina's fears and emotions, and she confides in him, but he doesn't know what to do. I need to turn my resinous caps. Please do not look. Okay, well, first, let me turn this in before I end up forgetting.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Thank you for complete. Ad Astra.
Also, I haven't, I'm in the process of making a short about it, but I am absolutely in love with the Springvale event that we just recently had with Diona, the Spring Fairy, or like the Heart of Clear Springs. I love that event, and I'm so happy that they, in my opinion, like they definitely teased Chongyun like future story, not story, but like, yeah, like event story. So Chongyun is my son, my baby, and I love him so much. And I really hope we get an event centered around him. Okay. When 5-star Chongyun, I love him. Like, Chongyun is baby. He is my son. No one will take Chongyun from me. Look at him go. Also, just because I love his design. Like, Cryo Exorcist. Like, he's doing his best. Look at him go. But I really like that tease at the end where he's like, well, maybe my pure yang energy could be a gift as well. And it's like, yes, it must be.
Monsieur Neuvillette?
Blinks?
I probably shouldn't disturb them.
Chongyun the world, yes. I love Chongyun. I did have him on like an exploration team like earlier, but I just recently moved like artifacts and stuff around, so.
Looks like we got lucky today. There's hardly anyone around.
Oh, I just figured it'll be an Adeptus blessing. It's my blessing.
What should we do next? Oh, Traveler, can you still hear the voices from the fountain?
Should I drink more primordial seawater?
Perhaps leave the investigation to me. I need you to take a few steps back and keep a safe distance.
A safe distance? Neuvillette, what exactly are you? Whoa, it's glowing!
Oh, he's doing hydro things. What? A wave of dizziness washes. Oh no. What did I say? Not this song. Oh my gosh, this song. We're in the past. Actually, yeah, so we're experiencing a memory from the past? Like, what in the world? Oh my gosh! Murder Birds, hello! You made it for a stream. Hello! I stream like once every 4 years. I don't mean to. Hi, how's it been? I need to hear the voices. Drinks primordial water? Yeah, you know, as you do. You're not from Fontaine, it'll be fine. New headcanon, travelers just wandering around Fontaine with a sippy cup full of primordial water. That sounds like really threatening. I adore the story quest so much. I'm really looking forward to it because I cannot express how much I love Neuvillette. Like, he has quickly become one of my favorite characters in Fontaine. Like, so I always say I apologize, even though all of you say do not apologize if you get emotional, because I get really invested in these stories. So sorry. But once again, it's like the traveler experiencing, well, whatever Neuvillette just did, it's like the traveler experiencing past memories of the fountain. Like, oh? Okay, yeah, this is definitely the past. And can you even... Yeah, you can't even check the map. You can't even check the map here.
Thank you for bringing us here, Monsieur Neuvillette. The court of Fontaine is truly incredible. There's so many things I've never seen or heard before.
I understand your excitement, but there's no need to thank me. Although I have responded to your wishes, it was not without personal interest. Melusine's special sight make them especially suited for joining the Maréchaussée Phantom. I'm certain you'll become an indispensable part of Fontaine's detective force.
So is the traveler just like in a state of like, are they like sleeping on the quote-unquote, I don't want to say outside world because that's not what I'm trying to say, but like they're experiencing a
I
past
know,
memory.
but I'm really glad to be of help. Not only can I repay you for your kindness, but also, it feels like my life has become a lot more meaningful.
It's the echo, Kent. Okay, I was thinking that, but I'm like, okay, I don't want to. I don't want to say the echo.
But a meaningful life also comes with its risks.
I want his bow.
It's definitely the safest to just stay in the village, but I want to see the outside world nonetheless. In truth, I've never really understood the purpose of my existence, or what I'm capable of contributing to this world.
Or Neuvillette is also... Neuvillette's at the same thing.
For almost 20 years, we've stayed in our village without finding any answers. That's why we wanted to leave our village and look for the meaning of our existence elsewhere.
No. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry.
I understand your confusion. In fact, I feel the same way. I too came here for an answer to my questions about my own existence.
Really? Could you tell us what we should do to fit in as you did? The truth is, many people threw rocks at us today and told us to go back to our village.
What?
It hurt a lot when they hit me in the head. And I tried really hard not to cry.
Who's throwing rocks at Melusines? What? Oh, I'm very upset. I'm not sorry. I'm very upset learning of this.
Logically speaking, both time and effort are essential when different species attempt to peacefully coexist. It will be a difficult road ahead, with countless obstacles to overcome.
No, I agree with what he said, but like, literally, where are they, Kim? Yeah, little scum of the earth. Like, I really... Like, outsider, Melusine outsider, quote-unquote outsiders. And this voice line, or like him saying this just reminds me of his voice line where he talks about how he wishes that different species could just coexist peacefully without conflict.
Different identities and ways of thinking all contribute to strengthening the barrier between one another. Removing it will be no easy feat. There aren't many suggestions I can share, because just like you, I haven't fully integrated into this society. Despite my social status, I am still an outsider.
Oh, I see. Let's all do our best then. I'm confident that we'll find the meaning of our existence one day.
That is such a line. Oh my goodness. Neuvillette is the native, but ignorance is... Like, okay, yeah, technically speaking, he, like, appeared TM in Fontaine. But, like, you know.
I believe in you, but you shouldn't lose sight of the difficulties ahead. If you run into any trouble, I suggest that you inform Vautrin, the captain of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
Huh? Is he the person I met in the Palais Marmonia earlier?
Off topic, but I wonder if Neuvillette reincarnated as that quote-unquote age or if he was a baby. I like to imagine, like, baby Hydro Sovereign. I think that's so cute. But knowing them... actually, I can't even say knowing them. Because various creatures, entities in this game can take on, like, any form. Really? So, I don't know. I feel like little baby Neuvillette would be really cute. But also, I also think it'd be really funny if he just popped into existence as a just full-grown man. Looking like this. I think that's hilarious,
Yes.
too.
Do you have any concerns?
That stone-faced human. He didn't even bother to look at me when I tried talking to him. It felt like he wasn't interested in anything but work.
He was Neuvillette, please. Stop.
He is an earnest man. There will be plenty of opportunities to work together in the future, so please try to get along.
Oh, this area. This is so... Like, this world, in any game or any form of media, when it's like the world is completely either sepia or like monochrome, but the character or certain characters have color, like, I love that composition. He definitely hatched out of an egg already looking like that. Speaking of eggs, this is, yes, an actual Genshin segue. Have you seen his teapot voice lines? They're actually insane. I love Neuvillette. I can't check them here, but I will show them to you. Oh, Federico and
Hello.
Carl.
Can I help with anything?
Thanks, but no need.
Oh,
Hmm.
hello. I'm Carol, a Melazine. Is there anything you need help with?
Get away from here! I'm calling the guards!
Please, calm down. I don't mean to cause any harm.
Hard to say.
Simone. See, I'm happy this is like a memory because I would be in jail. There is no way. There is no way.
Yeah,
I'm so
we
sorry.
should probably stay away from these monsters. Haven't you realized? Strange incidents have been increasing ever since they came.
Why should we trust this species from who knows where anyway? I can't believe Neuvillette allowed them into the court of Fontaine just like that.
Ignoring her completely. The fact that like, because during this time is during where like Elenos, like, because they were birthed from Elenos and they integrated into Fontaine. Yeah. Yeah, like it's fresh. It's fresh Genesis. That's why I literally was like, it's so...
Exactly. That so-called Chief Justice even granted them official positions. Not only that, but they're now responsible for investigating cases as well. I swear, there's some hidden agenda at play here.
Go away! Quit acting innocent!
I'm not leaving. I won't let you say bad stuff about him. We joined the Mare Chaussee Phantom and solved lots and lots of cases. We've never done anything wrong.
Solving cases? With Neuvillette in cahoots with you? You could have fabricated it all, and no one would know!
The agenda is look how adorable they are. Like, I agree. You'd think dodging a bullet like Elenos would humble these people. Yeah, you would think. You would think. And it's just like, one, I just really want to commend all of the voice actors in this scene for selling it because my blood is actually boiling.
So tell me, how can you guarantee that you Melazines aren't involved in anything that occurred recently?
Didn't I tell you before? Don't go advertising if you're not a good talker.
Vautrin?
Aside from spreading unjustified rumors, if you continue insulting members of the Mare Chaussee Phantom, the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol has every right to subject you to interrogation. There have indeed been an increase in cases recently, perhaps due to the shifting currents of conspiracy, and I understand your concern. However, there's been no evidence pointing towards Melazines being involved.
Also, I think it's so interesting how these people are like, we don't know. Like the Melusines could be doing all of this. It's like as if humans haven't been doing really sketchy stuff in Tevat for looks at clock centuries now. Like, what do you mean? I understand in the scope of Fontaine, they are very just on edge, but like, there's no way.
Even the captain of the security patrol is on their side. Neuvillette's newly reformed police force is already corrupt to the core.
How can two completely different species possibly coexist?
By coexisting. It's not, oh gosh. Baby.
You heard that?
Yeah. I don't understand. Why won't anyone believe us?
There have been rumors saying that you were born from calamity, and that you inherently bring danger to those around you. There are countless negative rumors about you floating around in Fontaine, It's near impossible for you to become a part of this society. Best if you give up before it's too late.
This is such, like, this is a lot to unpack, not just from, like, Genshin's story, but just in general. And whether this person, like, is coming from, like, hey, it's just going to become even more rough, you should stop now. I don't believe in that. You, like, because you can't just give up. As cliche as that sounds, like, man.
Monsieur Neuvillette said that we needed to put both time and effort in. I don't know how long it'll take, but I can at least try making my best effort. I still want to try a little harder. Thank you for bailing me out earlier.
Oh.
Okay, I won't be taking any more of your time. I painted a lot of flyers last night, so I have to stay and hand them out to everyone.
Give them to me.
You're not gonna take them away, right?
We'll hand them out together. The faster we get this done, the sooner we can head back.
I will show you the Serenity Pot voice lines, I promise. But I'm also just like... I am very invested. I am... Oh, I can't even run. Yet another... It feels so weird to see, like, a waypoint that's just still like this. The silver lining is that the Melusine naturally outlive ignorant people like those Fontanians. Exactly.
Monsieur Neuvillette, what's this?
Medals of Peace, awarded to you and Vautrin.
Wait, it's a pearl. That's so cute. I never noticed that until now. That's so cute. It's like a pearl and a clam.
Thank
At least
you
that's
for
how
your
I...
continued dedication in the past 5 years. You've taken one small step forward in helping Melusines gain the trust of humans.
I think I'll pass.
Hey, don't say that. We wouldn't have made it this far without you. It won't be long before Melusines begin living peacefully with the humans. Just the thought of it makes me happy.
Don't keep your hopes up. We've barely scratched the surface. There's still a long way to go before that dream of yours comes true.
Being cynical will not help Vautrin.
You blockhead! Don't ruin the mood!
Vautrin brings up a good point. The trust humans have placed in you is still very fragile. Any small incident could undermine the hard work you've put in.
Because while Vautrin is being cynical and, like, realistic, because humans are, like, collectively, we're, like, you know, not great a lot of the time, I still think, like, obviously you should never go into things just completely blind, but hope and effort.
Please be on your guard for the next few days.
Yes, sir.
Okay, got it.
Medal of Peace? Peace isn't going to give us back what's rightfully ours.
Are you sure we should do this? We're no match for Neuvillette, even with all our powers combined. What if...
Nah, not gonna happen. As long as he remains in his position, there's no chance he'd take us out personally.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like we haven't explored the possibility of Neuvillette being able to bloodbend.
There are rules even he must comply with in the political sphere. Unless he wants to become an enemy of Fontaine. So quit worrying and just go ahead with it. I've already planned out the murder. Once we lay the blame on the Melusines as the person who brought them to the court of Fontaine, Neuvillette will be left with no excuse.
Neuvillette. Also, gosh, murder cases. Why would he bloodbend? There will be nothing left after he power washes them. Well, okay. If anyone so much as even, like, tries to just harm a Melusine, just the idea of him like looking at them and bloodbending them, I think is pretty neat. Neuvillette too. I feel like we've heard Neuvillette like at least like 5 times.
I guess you're right. Ugh. If he just left things the way they were, it never would have come to this. But he's forced our hand. Time to teach him a lesson.
Goodness. Penny is stressed during this time.
Turn the murderer in!
Oh no. Propaganda.
Melusines can't be trusted! That goes for Neuvillette too!
Oh.
Peaceful coexistence? What a joke. Get out of the court of Fontaine and don't ever come back.
Oh, the emotions I feel right now, I cannot say on stream.
The results of the investigation are in, Captain Vautrin.
Go on.
There is no direct evidence, but reasonable inference indicates that the ones controlling the situation are supporters of the old regime, whose interests have been undermined by the reform.
We're supporters of the old regime, just thinking about the aristocracy in Mondstadt. Oh, I sound happy, but let it be known that my blood is boiling. Like, I really can't say what I want to say.
They tricked Miss Carroll into going to the crime scene and pressed charges against her. After that, they incited panic among the people in order to make Monsieur Neuvillette confess to his mistakes and yield up power. The guards were stopped by the enraged mob and couldn't intervene in time. Miss Carroll chose to sacrifice herself to pacify the situation.
What?
And she called me a blockhead. A little investigation would have cleared things up. Why didn't she wait until we'd established the truth? She didn't have to prove her innocence like that.
The situation had rapidly escalated to a physical altercation between infuriated citizens and the guards. Miss Carroll might have thought there was no better plan.
Oh.
That is indeed something she'd do.
Captain Vautrin, should I present these results to Monsieur Neuvillette right away?
I cannot say what I want to say.
There's no need. Notify the guards to restrict public access to all information.
Restrict access to... Wait, are you planning to...
There's something I've never told Carol. I had a little sister named Ilaria who passed away when I was very young.
Dragon Rampage? I'll be honest, I would love to see Neuvillette just let loose. I would in fact be, I wouldn't be there because I'd probably drown, but like I would be there supporting him in spirit.
She's just like Carol in every possible way. Innocent, kind, always believing the best of people. People like her are the most vulnerable to deception and betrayal. From the moment I met Carol, I knew that she'd be easily manipulated by others. I kept a cold demeanor and tried lecturing her into giving up.
Looks like she was unfazed by that.
Yes. In fact, some of her spirit must have rubbed off on me instead. Because I too began working towards that pie-in-the-sky dream of hers. I should have known. Those cowards don't have the guts to confront Neuvillette. They even avoided causing trouble for me. They were after Carol all along.
Actual scum of the earth. Like... Oh my god.
Can you understand how I feel? Right now, there's only one thought on my mind. Only through bloodshed can their debt be repaid.
This is why I could never be like a leader, because I am very much so like, we repay blood with blood. We will sacrifice for the blood god.
I understand, but I'm certain Monsieur Neuvillette wouldn't accept that as a solution.
Thank you for being like reasonable as like, I don't want to say horrible, but like in cases like this, it's like, well, if you just incite further violence, it's just going to make things worse. But I argue
That's exactly why we need to keep this a secret. Give me the list of suspects. What happens after this has nothing to do with any of you.
man, what a line. Oh my gosh. Whatever happens after this has nothing to do with you.
I will take responsibility for everything.
The voice. Like actual Giga Chad behavior. If it wasn't him, man. Oh my gosh. That's so, oh, the voice are just fantastic.
Did you know? They're hearing a major case today, and the criminal is Captain Vautrin of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
Oh?
Apparently, he resorted to personal measures to seek revenge for Carol and settled the score with the group that framed his friend. Hey, why aren't you saying anything?
I'm thinking... we should try our best to bail him out when the trial commences.
Bail him out? Why?
Shh, keep it down! Haven't you realized? Both Vautrin and Carol are Neuvillette's most trusted subordinates. After everything that happened to Carol, Neuvillette's guaranteed to do everything he can to keep Vautrin around.
Respectfully, I doubt that. Like, I don't want to say doubt, but like... I'm just... Vautrin did nothing wrong. We unlook. It's fine. Because on one hand, it's like, no, he must be persecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Fairness, quote unquote. Fairness with an asterisk, because we know how corrupt. And I'm not saying Fontaine specifically, but also what happens when emotions end up really coming in the way of a fair judgment can be catastrophic.
Besides, now that the old regime has been uprooted, Neuvillette's status is secure as can be. As long as we redirect public opinion, Neuvillette will be able to give Vautrin a reprieve. The benefits are endless.
But that's just like... his entire degree is like being impartial. So regardless if someone is close to him or not, will he actually influence that? Or would he let the oratrice commence its judgment fairly? You know? So I'm feeling more on the latter. But I also...
Vautrin sought vengeance for his friend for a valid cause. This represents the justice he upholds. Please think about it. If the same thing had happened to you, wouldn't you feel the same way he did?
Yeah, that's right! This whole thing started because of those despicable cowards who levied false accusations against Carol. How could Vautrin be declared guilty for seeking revenge?
Monsieur Neuvillette.
Mr. Vautrin is innocent!
It was like, he's a Chad. Don't send him away.
He's innocent!
Order! I acknowledge your arguments. Vautrin, your revenge could be seen as a form of justice. I understand your decision, which is why I cannot help but feel regret and even grief about the judgment I must now impose.
Yeah, see? Because I'm like, oh my god. Okay, this quest, oh my gosh.
Personal justice does not equate to justice as defined by the law. To execute your plan for revenge, you abused your authority and conducted informal executions. Your actions have thus violated the law. Therefore, you will be declared guilty.
His voice when he says this, too.
What?
That can't be! Monsieur Neuvillette, please give this a little more thought. He has done so much for Fontaine.
Vautrin, my friend, is there anything else you want to say?
He sounds so heartbroken. Oh my gosh. But like, what he said wasn't wrong though. Because personal justice is not justice in the eyes of the law. Even though I won't go into... I have so many emotions right now.
Neuvillette, what have I done to deserve this? I've closely followed every one of your orders. Can't you see? Everyone in this room believes that I'm innocent. Why can't you just let me off? Is this what justice means to you? Answer me, Neuvillette!
God.
Order. Since there have been no further objections, the Oratrice will now deliver the final verdict regarding the charges against Mr. Vautrin. According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal, Mr. Vautrin will be declared guilty.
Wow. The way that the music just cut off too there.
Goodbye, Monsieur Neuvillette.
This all happened because of Carol's naive ideas.
How can different species peacefully coexist anyway?
Hey, stop spacing out!
I have so many emotions. Like, oh my gosh. Okay. Like, at least in my opinion, Neuvillette was not incorrect. And this is genuinely ignoring my biases towards him. It's very, like, honorable that... I will say honorable. that, like, Vautrin recognized what was wrong, but in a political space, you have to do things in accordance to the investigation. So for him to be jailed, or whether jailed or sentenced to death or what have you, is not, it was all informal of his own accord. Therefore, he is guilty because he killed innocent people who were not actually innocent. So it's like, you can't keep continuing. Yeah, like the cycle of violence is just going to make it more and more like, ugh.
What's wrong? Are you not feeling well?
Apologies, it seems like my memories got the better of me.
Your memories are so powerful that we can just, they bleed into the Traveler. Also, I say also twice, but the fact that the Traveler has experienced so many different memories in Teyvat from different persons of interest, and like Neuvillette commanding the water in that way that he did is really curious, considering like I'll allow him to continue.
I tried my best to suppress the power of Hydro within myself, but it seems like it still caused the emotions within the Fountain of Lucine to boil over.
Okay, so that's what's happening. Goodness. Like, it's so fascinating to me just how powerful this man is, and he's not at his full power.
Due to my negligence, the overflow of emotions and memories must have affected you as well. Are you all right?
Aww. He's so, like, he cares so much. Look at him. Everyone look at him. He is very, I love him. I love him so much.
Wow. The Hydro Dragon is more powerful than Paimon thought.
I would hope that the Sovereign...
Anyways, the last time we came here, the Traveler only heard voices from the Fountain of Lucine. No emotions boiling over or anything.
It is as you said. This might be because I am different. It is not only the fountain. I can sense emotions from all waters in Fontaine. Rivers, lakes, and even the rain.
Oh my god, I can't imagine what that would feel like. To feel all of the emotions. Goodness. Also, Kent, no Final Fantasy XIV spoilers, by the way. Because they're... I'm just gonna leave it at that. No spoilers. No spoiler. Because I think Murder of Birds might be lurking still, but yeah, like Murder of Birds still playing through 14 for the first time, and like I don't want to be spoiled. My emotions are enough to handle, yeah, but like even though you're like a powerful sovereign, to feel all of the emotions from all bodies of water in Fontaine, I can't imagine that.
Awesome!
No, it doesn't. Because what happens when you're overwhelmed with emotion? Like, you constantly would have to have that balance of, like, you would need to stay collected and calm at all times, despite the deepest of despair.
But I rarely ever do anything like this. Emotions carried by water are always chaotic and disconnected. As an outsider, having my mind occupied with irrelevant memories isn't exactly a pleasant experience.
Yeah, having my mind occupied with irrelevant memories isn't pleasant. The memories I saw were related to you.
Which ones?
To when you declared Voltron guilty.
It's fine. I prefer not to speak of those memories. That does not mean I am deliberately hiding them.
Can we get like therapy? Like for the... It would never work because you would not have an individual to be able to like harness that, I guess. But like, I feel like the Archons, the Sovereigns, the Adepti, like... Feeling a bunch of emotions while balancing his work of someone being impartial sounds so difficult. I completely agree. That is exactly how I feel. And it's really... I mean, it's impressive how he's able to maintain such a, like, reserved persona. But, like, I genuinely can't imagine. Neuvillette's first therapy session. So I died in my first life. I don't remember anything. I'm still making sense of everything that happened, but I'm currently questioning my existence. Like, I would just check out. Like, how... I've lived for hundreds of years, and my kind can live for millennia. I mean, Ryan's therapy is Miko, and well, we saw how that went prior to us showing up. I love A. I mean, Mika was literally like, okay, A, girl, you gotta get it together. Because the nation's falling apart, you gotta get out of your room. This is not it. I'm so sorry, sweet. Also, am I delusional or is he smiling here? I might be looking too much into things because I stare at his character model for way too long, but like, he looks like him smile.
It was a coincidence, but perhaps it is a good thing that you saw everything in that form.
Miko, the only therapist in Tevat, is a terrifying idea. I mean, she would let people know very bluntly, or she would just completely mess with you.
You should now understand why I believe there to be a conspiracy behind all this. These two cases are much too similar. I felt like I needed to do something.
Paimon's starting to lose track of what you're saying. Don't leave Paimon out of the conversation. Paimon wants to help too.
Then let us get back to the point. While I was investigating the fountain, I discovered something strange. I did not sense too much hatred towards me within its accumulated emotions. However, I did find some resentment directed towards Kiara. If I remember correctly, it seemed to be related to a smuggling case. I don't know what caused this to happen, but it It seems like there won't be a shortcut to finding the organization that may be pulling the strings here.
Oh! Didn't we read about that in one of the documents?
You've read about it? In that case, the resentment should have come from that incident.
Huh? What are you doing here?
Navia!
I was just about to look for you at the Palais Mermonia.
Oh my gosh, Navia, I love you. She's so great. I love her. Also, I love that Navia is in his story quest. Okay.
Navia! Nice to see you again! Is there something we can help with?
I think about that cutscene so much, that conversation between her and Neuvillette. So every time, like I just, man.
I've heard some things, but I'm not purposely asking around or anything. Don't worry. Rumors are abroad that someone's scheming against Melusines, and that you're investigating the case. So I told the Spina di Rosula to keep an eye out for leads. We've had unfamiliar faces showing themselves at the Fleuve Cendre lately. Maybe you'll find the suspects among them.
Thank you.
He's so sweet. Oh, thank you. I love them both, and I love him. He's so
Where did
sweet.
you hear about all this?
The Chief Justice out on investigation, accompanied by the Traveler from afar. No matter how you conceal your whereabouts, there will be countless eyes watching you.
I don't think I'll ever be over her design. Like at first I thought it was a bit too much, but then I actually just looked at her design and I really like it. I love the amount of gold that is on her. Like she literally also to all future Navia cosplayers, I'm praying for you because this outfit looks so detailed. I mean, it is beautiful design.
You talked to Kiara, but didn't ask her to keep things secret. People curious to know asked around for information, then it was only a matter of time before word of the threatening letter spread all across Fontaine.
So that's what Charlotte meant.
Indeed. I did not expect that this could be kept hidden for too long, but the rumors still spread faster than I imagined.
You know, it could be because you attract more attention than you think. Anyway, any progress with the investigation?
Navia's so funny. Like, she obviously didn't mean it in, like, a negative way, but it's like, Neuvillette, sweetie, you come out of your room, like, once every 50 years. That's for a trial. Some people are gonna be suspicious.
The suspects who threatened Kiara might have to do with a certain smuggling case, but it is still uncertain if there is in fact another party behind all this. We are planning to return to the Palais Mermonia to revisit some details and identify the senders of that threatening letter.
All right, then I'll round up the Spina di Rosula and follow up on their progress. Wait for my word. Ta-ta!
Goodbye. I miss her already.
Neuvillette, do you think there'll be any problems now that the word is out?
I have already considered that possibility, and I do not think that there will be any. As a matter of fact, once the word gets out, no one would dare to harm Kiara in broad daylight. What is more important is how the case is perceived by the public. 400 years ago, they chose to side with the old regime and direct their resentment towards the Melusines.
He's so pretty.
I hope the same won't happen again. Let us head back to the Palais.
Also, something of note that I do love, like, you have, for a character like, excuse me, Zhongli, in Legends that you read about, you read how no matter the form Zhongli takes, reportedly, he always or Morax, I should say, he always has his signature amber eyes. So I like the idea that when, no matter the form Neuvillette would have been in, he would have had like his blue highlights and antenna.
Strange. What are these people doing out on the streets so late at night? Did something happen? Let's take a look around.
Oh?
Have you heard? Someone's plotting against a Melusine. This is 100% the truth. Even the Chief Justice is investigating in person.
What? That's it! Who's been threatening Melazines? Show yourself!
The fandom. This is the community. It's like, who's threatened the Melazines? Everyone just jumps on a person, starts fighting. I love this.
Our enemies are lurking in the shadows and won't easily reveal themselves. But no amount of hiding will keep us from finding them.
That's exactly what I wanted to say. The guards have already begun to take action. We can't just stand by and watch. Think about how much we owe them. Now that they're in danger, how can we just sit back and do nothing?
Everyone, please stay alert to your surroundings from now on. If you see any suspicious persons, report them to the guards immediately.
If anyone is quote-unquote acting sus, call meeting. But it's like,
It feels like you've been following me this whole time.
like night and day.
Did something happen?
How protective and rightfully overprotective people are of the Melusines now. And the lengths it took to get to this point.
We were informed that. Nope. We just finished our shifts and happened to be strolling by.
Have you had dinner yet? Why don't we check out the new items at the dessert shop together?
Like,
This isn't a good time to be out and about.
oh my gosh.
Come on, don't act tough. I bet you're hungry too.
All right, let's go buy a cake or something.
You shouldn't ever skip meals, especially if you have another shift scheduled for later.
Oh.
I heard even Neuvillette's keeping an eye on the situation.
Neuvillette.
This is the perfect chance to get promoted. We gotta make sure we give it all we've got.
Okay, Cooper.
Seriously? Were you planning to shirk your duties if Neuvillette wasn't involved?
Neuvillette.
Relax, I was just
Neuvillette.
playing. We've worked together for years now. If something happened to them, I'd be haunted by regret for the rest of my life.
That's more like it. We should stand guard until the criminal has been caught.
Come and fight me instead, you cowards!
I love Serrurier. I love Serrurier. Giga Chad. That one was more of a Neuvillette. This is true.
Have you heard? Even the special patrol came to help.
It's just like, I can't help but wonder how Neuvillette feels. Knowing that this was Carol's dream, but unfortunately she's not here to experience it at all.
Shh, look. Isn't that Neuvillette? I think he's looking at us.
I would die on the spot. There's no way. I could not. Also, Neuvillette. Yeah, extra U's and R's. Neuvillette.
Looks like there's nothing to worry about.
Screaming.
This is truly wonderful.
So, wanna go over and say hi?
No, I should stay where I am. My appearance could give rise to unnecessary commotion.
Neuvillette, stop it. Go. Are we gonna drag him over?
Let us stick to our plan and
Aw.
return to the Palais Mermonia. The faster we uncover the truth, the better.
I'm Sag. Okay, I have time now. So I'm going to do this very, very quickly because to those, specifically Kent, because you have not seen this, his Serena Teapot voice lines are very good. I recommend everyone to read them and just think him about what he says. Hi, Neuvillette.
Ah, it's you. I've been waiting for the owner to show up. One cannot simply walk around without first obtaining permission.
Oh, I've been redoing my teapot, so Kaveh is just going to be here. But also, I think, is Kaveh at Friendship level 10? I'll check after this. So, I believe it's anything you'd like to do?
If you mean what I would like
Yep.
to do right now, I think I would enjoy taking a nice walk. But if you're asking about the long term, then I would want all life to be able to live on in the original forms that are rightfully theirs. It's merely that, as of now, even existence in such a natural state must be fought for most fiercely. You are right. I am saying that more for myself to hear than anything else. If you too find yourself subject to grave injustice, yet bound by rules that are twisted and warped, you must be willing to step up and right those wrongs. If you cannot break free from the eggshell, the world is not but a prison where you are blinded and confined. Do not be afraid of bleak desolation and poverty outside the prison, and do not fret about your stable rations being cut off once the prison is destroyed. Outside that world, I will always be waiting for you.
I'm going to scream. I love him so much. I'm sorry if you heard that terrible screeching, but that's literally, I love him. He wants to go back to being a dragon. I would imagine so, yes. Because, I mean, I feel like he would want to be in his true form. Unless he becomes truly just accustomed and like he's fine with having a human vessel. Literally, okay, hi Lucky Nan. But I literally was like, how is this a teapot voice line? Because first and foremost, it is a reference to Revolutionary Girl, Utena. Because it's also in reference. Sorry. This is not related. Okay, it's slightly related. But I had messages and one of my friends was just wishing me like, hey, have a good stream. I know you'll be screaming about Neuvillette. I hope you guys have fun. But it's not only just like, hey, here's an existential kind of voice line, but the fact that like I love how he mentions breaking out of the eggshell because it's directly not only like you can like I think of Enkanomiya immediately because of the Byakuya Koku collection, like referring to the primordial one. Like I overthink. So this could just be a him saying, hey, if there are grave injustices, be sure to break free of the shackles that are binding you and clouding your judgment. But then it's like, also the primordial one was birthed from an egg and androgynous in nature and had wings and a crown. And then you have how it separated itself from the microcosm of the world by using its shell to create essentially a bubble world. And then the fact that it's like, it's so like, it's also, in my opinion, I think in reference to like the story of Emile Sinclair's youth by Demian. So yeah, but like outside of that world, I'll always be waiting for you. I'm sorry, I will never recover. Okay, we'll go back. We'll go back to Fontaine now. I wanted to show you guys that. I saw that because I just went to check on. I didn't even accept like the companionship like XP. I just was so excited. But yeah, that took 3 different left turns from existential crisis to encouraging to I'll be there for you. He's literally so, I love him. I love him. He's my Otome love interest. He'll always be waiting for us. I mean, because he also mentions, where is it? Is it his 5th one?
I have to say, my daily life is not without its inconveniences.
I don't think it's this one. But he has one where he talks about how because like the traveler is like, I say impartial, but not really impartial, because the traveler is not of the world. He doesn't mind getting close to them. So I'm like, ooh, wait, who all does he talk about? It's so funny you mentioned that, Kent. He is friendship level 8 for me, and I want to scream. because I can't read this. And also, he talks about the meaning of trials, witnesses, the human world, and all of the archons. And I can't read them. I'm curious to what he has to say about the human world and Electro Archon. But this line, this is because I made a lore short on TikTok and it was honestly dude, okay, Act 5 is going to be insane. Like this.
Now that I have reclaimed one of the 7 authorities from the hands of the usurpers, I have regained my true form. I am now a fully fledged dragon, powerful enough to judge the rest of the gods. My final destiny is to judge the usurper king in the heavens above. But until that time comes, I will lend my power to you.
So first and foremost, this should have been locked. This should be like, I think this, just like these, should be locked. I think that you should have only been able to, like, you can get him to 90, but you can't get this voice line. Because for me personally, I got him to 90 like fairly quickly. Like it wasn't immediate, but like I got it. So, and when I read this, because I saw this.
So this is what you're truly capable of? And I shall have to get serious if I wish to catch up with you. No.
And then I see this, because even before I had this conclusion, I have the theory that Furina is going to surrender her authority in Gnosis and give them to Neuvillette. I feel like she truly knows what's going on and whether she has to sacrifice herself or not. And her like status as an Archon, I truly feel like she is going to submit some form of power back to him because she knows like much more than she lets on. I could be completely wrong, but like I also really overthink. But in any case, I'm probably not even halfway through this quest and I'm just rambling about different things. I am so sorry. Oh? I haven't even done Risley's story quest, but like, oh my goodness. About the smuggling. Also, yes, I have.
The smuggling case was solved by the joint forces of the guards and the Maréchaussée Phantom. This is the one.
The little drawing. Aww. What if it's the Tsaritsa that would give back the Gnosis to Neuvillette? I mean, knowing that the Gnosis originally, like the power originally comes from the Sovereigns. Dude, I'm sorry. I feel so validated with the story because I remember over 2 years ago on Twitter, I made a thread and I literally was ratioed and people were like, this is so dumb. And I was like, no, I think it's so possible that the Gnosis could be related to, I don't want to say 2 years ago, because I think Enkanomia came out the January 20, was it 22? Then it might have been like over like a year, like and a half-ish ago. I'm like, I don't know why, but for me personally, and it was a crack theory of the Gnosis having relation to the Sovereigns for some way, like in some way. Just because, like, I mean, anything can happen in this game. And, like, while some things are very linear, other things I think can be open to interpretation. And so, like, you know, I feel when you look back, like, when you contextualize, like, again, assuming, unless they just really want to put it in your face, the Gnosis powers, presumably, and the Archon's authority they are originally from the Seven Sovereigns. So when you look back into the Archons who have all either given up or let their Gnosis go, you would, like, for me personally, I feel like it puts more weight onto why they even gave it up in the first place. Because it's like, Venti never requests anything of his people. He wants to protect them, but is the god of freedom. And in my personal opinion, I think he just let Senora take his Gnosis. That's just my theory. That's my headcanon, honestly. Because I feel like any Archon can easily defend themselves against something like that. And then you have, like, Zhongli willingly giving his to the Tsaritsa via contract. What are the stipulations to that contract? We will not know for some time. But then there's also A. A was never, she just gave it to Miko and said, you can do whatever with it. Especially after losing her sister during the cataclysm and losing her friends, like the grief that overtook A, like while it's all of the Archon's individual circumstances can contribute to them, I also feel like the Gnosis established themselves as like that is the status of them being an Archon, but I also feel like they're just like, this isn't even like my power anyway, so like why do I even have it? Like Dvalin's very baby. I don't actually think Dvalin's a sovereign, but like whenever if like we see a wind dragon or something. So is Electro Sovereign the only one we haven't encountered? Yes. Oh well, technically, I mean, Ajdaha, Apep, and Neuvillette are Ajdaha especially, I believe, is a Geo Sovereign, unless they're going to pull a there's an actual ancient Earth Dragon we just haven't encountered, maybe. But like the Electro one is, I believe, is it under Tatarasuna? There was a a throwaway line during like a world quest, but then also I believe was it Yai Miko during not the Archon quest. I could be completely misremembering, but I do remember them saying that there was a very powerful force that lies underneath Inazuma. No, Orobashi was just a god. Orobashi was one of the gods that was defeated during the Archon War and fled into the Dark Sea after it was defeated. But no, it is not a sovereign. It was just a god.
The list of involved suspects should be... Ah, found it.
What does it say?
The principal offenders Domenico, Inika, Yuna, and others have been caught. They have been sent to the fortress of Meropide following trial.
No, I personally don't believe the Thunderbird is like a sovereign because the Electro manifestation is like the physical embodiment of the Thunderbird's wrath for those of Tsurumi Island who sacrificed Rue, in addition to its other grievances. So personally, for me, I don't think the Thunderbird's a sovereign. I think the Electro Sovereign is just in the Dark Sea being a dragon. Not wanting to interact with Tavat as it is now.
Those with close connections or mutual interests with the offenders but who did not participate in the case will not stand trial. Among them, surveillance of Essin has ceased on account of his good behavior. All other personnel remain on our watch list.
So many names. Is the one who sent that threatening letter to Kiara on the list?
Yes, there is something suspicious about Essin, to be precise. It seems like he's closely related to the core members of the smuggling case, and he moves around without much restriction.
Monsieur Neuvillette, someone claiming to be from the Spina Durasula just checked in with us. He said, and I quote, "We have located the suspect. They're chatting at the cafe."
Huh? How did Navia find them so quickly? We've only just figured out the suspect's name.
I too am perplexed. The cafe isn't too far from here. We should head over and take a look.
Oh, but Kinth, you wanted me to read about Risley? I'll probably do Risley sometime later this week because version 4.2 is going to have just so much. Like, oh dear. But I can read Risley's again if you would like for me to, assuming you haven't. Now I'm wondering if Risley's going to appear in this story quest. I do not remember if I had. Okay. The defendant, Risley, has confessed to his crimes and was declared guilty by Iudex Neuvillette. Risley will be exiled to the fortress of Meropide, where he will be serving his sentence. During that trial, Neuvillette remained silent for a long time. Smile. Do with that as you will. Also, on the topic of Fontaine, I am obsessed with Fiorina's weapon. I love scepters and I love how hers looks. I am so I really, really hope the Kutch is kind to me. Because I just want my girl Failure's weapon. Oh wait. How am I going over here? Oh. I guess would it be easier if I just I'll get her. I'm putting Festering Desiring on her and calling it a day. That's fair. Oh, I'm so happy I plunged. I would have died if I just dropped down. Oh, the music.
Hey, Navia, we're here! Whoa. Check out all these people! Hey there, are you Navia's friends too?
These are the people who have had recent dealings at the Marechaussee Phantom. They're usually hidden in the Fleuve Cendre, but I sent for someone to invite them over.
Invite them over?
Exactly. Now, I heard there's great coffee here, and so I asked them if they'd like to come and have some.
Yeah, it's our pleasure to be guests of the Spina di Rosula.
I love the fear in his voice.
I've wanted to have a meetup like this for ages.
Oh my.
Something feels off. But, oh well. Let's get back to business. Is there anyone called Essan here?
Paimon is so funny. Something's off. Anyway.
Yes, that's me.
Oh, they are threatened with their lives. This is so silly.
You're Essa?
The look she gave him, and he immediately goes over to Neuvillette. Oh my gosh.
Yes, monsieur, Neuvillette.
Neuvillette. Please. Neuvillette. Hi, the Mafia's here. Tell us what we want to know, or it's your kneecaps.
Did you write that threatening letter to Kiara?
Oh, yeah, she's going to take your entire life. Oh my gosh. We need a Neuvillette counter. You know what? I'll make one right now. I'm actually going to make a Neuvillette. I almost spelled Monsieur wrong. I can remember the yep. Okay. Let me see. I think I did it. Ooh, wait, actually, you're a genius, Astral. We're actually gonna do that. Is that like a mix of Uwu and then Nerf? Mostly. There we go. Yep, there we go. There you go.
I did, but I was just following orders.
Orders from whom?
Dominico. He was my boss. I couldn't disobey his orders.
Dominico. Where is he now?
The fortress of Meropide.
Well, I'm afraid even the Spina would have trouble looking into that place. Looks like you'll have to make the trip yourselves. This was as much as I could do.
You've done more than enough. I am extremely grateful for your help.
You can literally hear how grateful he is, but also how he's fuming.
Leave the formalities for later. You should find Dominico first. If he really is the one setting up the conspiracy, it'd be best if he's exposed as soon as possible.
But Astral, I actually will do that. I'll try to find a command so that, like, Nightbot will misspell his name every single time the counter is being added to.
Let's head to the fortress right now.
Continuing the current quest may cause parts of the following quest to become occupied. Neuvillette.
Please escort the remaining guests back to the Fleuve Cendre. I appreciate your help.
Yes, boss.
I love this. Oh yeah, wait. Wait, will we actually see Risley? Oh god.
Monsieur Neuvillette?
Okay, now Astral. Now Astral. Are you okay? If I continue in this quest, will you be okay? And that goes for everyone here. You're perfectly fine? Okay. Also, I hope everyone is comfy and remaining hydrated and eating. You're lucky I'm not in VC. Yes, I think I am. I feel like, unfortunately, some things would be said that I don't think we should say on stream about Risley.
Welcome to the Fortress of Meropide, dear esteemed guests.
Gosh.
We're back! Oh, and a greeting from none other than the Duke himself! Guess we made a name for ourselves at this place.
This isn't anything new. I figured you had important matters to discuss when the two of you, not to mention the Chief Justice, showed up. Let's assume we've gone through the pleasantries and cut right to the chase.
Yeah, I hope you enjoy your dinner or your food and you have a comfy time. Oh wait, I never noticed his eyebrows. Okay, I love like Shao's eyebrows, and now I'm looking at Risley.
I do remember a thing or two about Dominico. He once attempted to round up the other inmates and instigate a protest.
Who does this guy think he is? Paimon hopes nothing came of it.
He once attempted to, I said, meaning that it was over before it even started. And now he's threatening Melazines, is he? To be honest, Dominico doesn't seem like much of a conspirator. The fact that the three of you bothered to personally investigate raises a flag. Is there something else going on behind the scenes here?
He's got the same concerns we do.
I am concerned about this incident because something similar has occurred in the past. I wish to meet Dominico in person and have my questions answered.
Oh, Neuvillette wants to go in person.
That's an easy one. Let me think. I think he's at...
Did I hear someone say Melazine? What happened?
Oh, it's Sejuine. I remember Neuvillette has a voice line about her. And he's like... was it a voice line or did he say... I can't remember. I just know that he's very, obviously, rightfully protective of them.
Sejuine! Yeah, and we're investigating. The person who threatened her seems to be imprisoned here. Really? Is Kiara gonna be okay?
There's no need to worry. Clarande is protecting her as we speak.
Well, that's great. But if the criminal's still... Is there anything you can do about this?
Ah, head nurse.
Do you require me to personally deal with the criminal?
I don't like how he said that. Personally deal.
Wriothesley.
Screaming. Okay. I love that. I love that so much.
Okay, I get it. I'll bring Domenico to you. That's your only demand, correct?
Think of it as more of a humble request. I'm here on my own accord, not to formally transfer a criminal for trial. I urge you to set aside any concerns.
Can Neuvillette say that to me? What, Wriothesley? Or your name in that tone?
Thanks for the trouble. Consider me in your debt.
Whoa. If Paimon were you here, Grace, Paimon would take this chance to ask for something really important.
No, Paimon.
Well, were I still a criminal, I'd probably ask for a lighter sentence. But I'm sure Monsieur Neuvillette would reject that. But enough jokes. I'll look for Domenico and bring him to you. Make yourselves at home. Our dear head nurse has mentioned you quite a few times, so I'm sure she has a lot to say.
Please come with me to the infirmary. Ah, and watch your step. There's some pretty dark areas, so make sure you don't trip over anything.
And I always am like, how do I even function in this place? No. I guess, did I just go?
Over here.
I feel like I should just... Wait, blue icon, same level? Oh. Oh, go to the waypoint in the south section of the fortress. Oh, okay. I literally get so confused. Like, who's...
Step on up.
Okay, yeah, you're a genius, Astral. I cannot read math well at all.
Now that I think about it, I can leave this place soon. Huh? I'm Oriole, a member of the Mutual Aid Network. Is there something you need?
Oh, no. I'm sure you have this place memorized because, your husband lives here. Last time we were here, we were doing the Archon class. Navigating around the fortress is difficult.
Please rest here for a moment. Oh, and would anyone like anything to drink?
Paimon's not that thirsty, but thanks anyway.
Thirst is a warning sign that you're dehydrated, which means you have to drink up even before that. I'll bring you some tea. I'm sure you'll have a lot to talk about.
Typical Sijuin. Concerned about everyone's health as always.
Are we ever going to explore why Sijuin looks the way that she does? Because she's like human and Melusine, as opposed to like the other ones. I memorized because of the Archon quest actually, but you're right, I can absolutely go to Wriothesley's office with my eyes closed. Oh my gosh, I don't even remember where his office is.
Why aren't you two saying anything?
The criminals we passed by
You
earlier.
noticed them too. The badges they wore on their chests looked quite familiar.
Familiar? Paimon didn't even realize they were wearing them. But if both of you say so, let's go ask them about it.
No, Paimon
That's
and I will
not a
go.
bad idea. I will stay here and wait for news from you.
And walk. Sometimes I wish I could be... I wish you could just read everyone's minds. Like, your Nahida, you use her E, and you, like, read his mind, and it's nothing but, like, ancient draconic tongue or something.
I place great trust in Wriothesley. so I rarely visit the fortress of Meropide. However, exceptional circumstances call for exceptional measures. I hope I didn't cause him too much trouble.
Oh, Neuvillette, you're so sweet. He's so sweet.
Surprise!
Okay. Good.
Anything you need? Oh, this? Are you interested in joining the Mutual Aid Network?
What's that?
We have a very long history, going back as far as 400 years ago. We have never had many members throughout our history, nor do we have much of a reputation, but everyone treats each other like family. Helping each other is our purpose. At the same time, we seek to maintain just dealings as much as possible.
Sounds like a pretty neat organization.
All we want is to defend ourselves. None of us have ever committed serious crimes, and we're not especially powerful either. We're at a natural disadvantage here in the fortress, but people won't give us a hard time if we stick together.
The Mutual Aid Network that was created 400 years ago.
You two look kind of familiar. It's the symbol of the Mutual Aid Network designed by our first president. From what I've heard, it's based on something called a Medal of Peace. I've never seen one of those medals for myself, though. The first president of our network was an amazing person. Powerful as he was, he never used his strength against anyone. He encouraged the weaker criminals to stick together and look out for each other.
Crack theory that Siege Mean was born from the Hydrovision, or the ambition with the other Melusines from the Guardmech pieces, which explains her human form. Possibly.
All of us have a lot of respect for him.
This was 400 years ago. Hold on, I need to listen to you, and then...
Interested in joining the Mutual Aid Network? If you'd like to learn more, here's our flyer.
Help each other. Do all you can to further justice. Do not detest just judgment. The above are the 3 principles of the Mutual Aid Network. All are welcome to join, and membership is free. There are no compulsory group events. The Mutual Aid Network encourages members to do what they are able, including, but not limited to, cleaning, exercising, tutoring, and studying. It is hoped that all Mutual Aid Network members will, during their time in the Fortress of Meropide, face up to the crimes they have committed, encourage each other, support each other, and welcome the future together. Mutual Aid Network advertisement. Mana. Man. But also, this is established 4 years ago. Then the creator was been
Our
Voltron,
slogan may
right?
have evolved over the centuries,
When he was
but our
sentenced?
goal has remained unchanged. Here, this book is for you. You're welcome to come and sign up anytime.
Like, if the badge...
Gathered enough information. Let's head back and talk to Neuvillette.
Like, if the badge was based on the original, like, the Medal of Peace, which was a pearl and a clam, and... I don't know, I feel like that's just... Okay, that's Klee's book. That is not what I'm looking for. Yeah. Oh, wait. Neuvillette is below. Oh, God. I will do my best. I shall be right back. If Isley shows up in the time I'm gone, everyone please scream for me. I personally will not do such a thing, but I will be with you, Spirit. Darn it. You know your husband's, like, home. I don't. It's the South Waypoint. Man, thank you. Thank you for guiding me in your home with your husband, because I will always be lost here. You'll scream for Astral in their stead. Thank you, Smay. Also, welcome back. I hope work has been comfy for you today. I love that. Well, you have a good time. Astral, wrong waypoint. But I will always remember South Waypoint if I'm gonna get to the infirmary. Oh my gosh. Also, can we please, like, Hoyoverse, can you please let characters have their unique sitting idols? It'd just be so
Did you
cute.
manage to gather any intel?
Mm-hmm. The people who wore the badges belong to an organization called the Mutual Aid Network.
That's good. That's really good to hear.
According to them, the badge's design was inspired by the Medal of Peace. Have you seen any of those before?
So, Voltron.
I personally crafted 2 of them myself. They were awarded to Carol and Vautrin. Carol's medal was destroyed in a fire. The only one that remained should belong to Vautrin.
Oh, so the network was inspired by...
Monsieur Neuvillette, His Grace has requested your presence in his office. He's found Domenico.
He just sprints off immediately.
All right. Let us talk to him first and get to the bottom of this situation.
I could not imagine being Domenico in this situation because, like, being called for something and you have to, like, sit and wait for someone who is like Neuvillette. Oh, yeah. Smay, I did, on Astral's request, make a command for Monsieur Neuvillette, but, like, I'm going to try and find a command where it changes every single time they say his name. Like, I need to figure out how to do it because I think it's just appropriate.
Step on us.
Oh no. Astral's not here. Yeah, like a randomized prompt. Astral's not here. I'm just gonna drop down. I am such a fool. I don't know where Risley's office would be. Maybe in the middle of the fortress. But yes, I'm gonna try and find like a randomized prompt for it. I know it's up, but like this, I will always remember Fontaine's, like this cutscene that happened down here. What's actually down there? Oh my gosh. Welcome to the doggo's office. Oh gosh. That's such a shame. She left as soon as he appeared.
Allow me to introduce this fine gentleman, Domenico. Why don't you explain everything to him?
Neuvillette? What do you want? What are you gonna do? Kill me?
Calm down. I merely want to ask you a few questions.
Thank you, Smay, for screaming for him. Or screaming, yeah, about him for her.
Was it your idea to send that letter to a Melusine? Assain has already confessed, so there really isn't any need to keep hiding.
That idiot! I can't believe I trusted him.
Let me ask this another way. It was your idea to send that letter, correct?
If I speak, will I be judged if I speak?
Yes.
Who is pulling your strings?
He's very angry. There's also an ad going on, so I'm just going to wait, and we'll be on this screen for like a minute. And I'll actually be right back. Okay, I have returned. Apologies about that. But I think everyone should be back now.
What? You're not trying to frame me for something I haven't done, are you?
Okay, I got He's very angry. Also, I shouldn't have heard that noise. Oh my goodness.
It's best if you realize the gravity of your situation. The Chief Justice of Fontaine has been personally investigating your case. I assume your previous attempt to incite unrest at the Fortress of Meripede has something to do with this as well.
That's the sound of a very angry dragon. Like, I don't think I should have heard that sound personally. I don't think that for my mental health, I don't think I should have heard that.
I admit I acted on impulse. I'll tell you the truth. But before that, you must ensure my safety.
I can do that.
For now, and just the blood.
You see, we're all reasonable people here.
Dragons are descendants of gators. The wagon is my response.
I only intended to do some small business at first. Someone contacted me about delivering some goods and promised me a generous sum of more in return. After making a few trips, I was suddenly approached by the Marechaussee Phantom. They accused me of smuggling prohibited items, and I was put on trial. But I refused to accept any of that. The ignorant can be rightfully absolved from guilt, right? Well, I suspect that someone got me locked up here so they could get their hands on my goods.
And then you decided to take revenge on the Melazines? Over that?
Ignorance is not an excuse, by the way.
My initial target was Neuvillette. Everyone in the Fortress of Meripede was declared guilty by him, after all. So they must more or less hold a grudge against them, right? If I could get them to strike back...
Neuvillette? I must add it. Also, it has been said at least, like, 8 times during this quest, by the way.
But for some reason, no one wanted to team up with me. That mutual aid network in particular. What did those nobodies even gain from trying to challenge me? Seriously. In the end, I had to redirect my focus onto Melazines to salvage things. I recall that Kiara was the one who confiscated my goods for inspection. So I asked one of the more approachable guards to send a letter, claiming that I meant to contact my family.
Little did Domenico know that everyone is ready to square up the moment anyone tries to do anything to a Melusine. Like, Fontaine now is very much so, how many times we have to teach you this lesson, old man? To anyone who does anything.
But the letter was in fact addressed to Essa. I requested that he write a threat letter to Kiara and force her to resign from the Marechaussee Phantom.
Am I to assume that the claims you've made are your own thoughts? Have you been in contact with any suspicious people recently?
No.
Is it true that all members involved in the smuggling scandal have been caught?
Yes. And that's all I know.
My Risley is all set to protect the Melusines. I would hope so, Smay.
Sigewinne, please take him back to the detention center. I'll deal with him later.
Little ears. Not ears, but it's like Dihya and Kaching. They have ears like like their hair is in the shape of ears, even though it's not their ears.
To this day, I am proud of you all.
Oh my goodness, Ritter Birds, thank you so much for the tier 1 subscription. I really appreciate it. I know I've been like taking forever and I've just been rambling about this quest and getting distracted, but thank you so much for the support. Murder of Birds is amazing.
Monsieur Neuvillette, you were concerned that there might be a shadowy faction looking to capitalize on the delicate situation with the Melazines to stir up greater chaos?
He has a very nice design.
Yes, I experienced a similar incident in the past, so I had to be prepared for any possibility.
Mellow Stinky as every single member of Fontaine pulls up to fight that person who said that literally. It's like, jump him! And then it's like, yes, the Fontaine that Carol wanted.
And how long ago was this incident?
More than 400 years.
You might be overthinking this. Time can change a lot of things. Everything's different now.
What do you mean?
400 years ago, you and the Melusines you brought to Fontaine were the outliers in society. But in the present day, if someone were to threaten the safety of the Melusines, people wouldn't just sit back and do nothing. I trust that they would make different choices from before.
That's right! We saw lots of people standing up for Melusines on our way back to the Palais Mermonia.
Monsieur Neuvillette, the Melusines are a species you introduced to Fontaine. How the public treats them is also reflective of their attitude towards you.
Because he is dad. Also. Thank you, Smay.
When people refused to place their trust in Melusines, it was because they were still on the fence about you, their unfamiliar Chief Justice. For almost 500 years, you've conducted every trial with impartiality. You made the right judgment each time, regardless of whatever nonsense went on. People no longer have any reservations about you and even consider you a symbol of the law. Right now, your every decision will impact all of Fontaine. In other words, you've gradually transformed the whole nation.
I really like that Risley is being like a voice of reason here. And being very straightforward. Man, I can't afford to do his quest right now.
Paimon gets it now. No wonder no one wanted to join forces with Domenico.
I am undeserving of such high compliments. From my perspective, I have simply been fulfilling my duties. It isn't anything special or worthy of praise. I'm simply fulfilling the promises I've made and searching for answers through my judgments. It is unnecessary to hold me in such high regard. The complexity of human emotions and willpower far exceed those of mine. As a matter of fact, I believe that you are the ones who deserve my respect.
Okay, so yeah, I do like that. Like, clearly, Risley, I would also assume Clorond, probably, or like, okay, yeah, he's on here. I mean, clearly based off his ears alone, but...
There's no need to be so modest. The current state of affairs says it all. You're no longer that outsider you were before. Even if you wished to investigate something on your own, many would take the initiative to lend you a hand.
Neuvillette is incredibly humble. Like, can I, like, whoever needs to, you know, like with Tears of Themis, they need to do that with Genshin too. I should be able to hug Neuvillette.
I must say that you've made a fair point. Thank you for clearing my doubts. Now that the case has been settled, I should get going.
Huh? You're leaving?
And so soon, too? Why not stay for a cup of tea?
Risley and his tea. Oh my gosh.
Thank you for the offer, but I know how this place works all too well.
Yeah, like, Smee, I love that. Risley is very down to earth, very real, and he's like, Neuvillette, you need to have more confidence in who you are and how the nation is now. Want to hug him?
While some are here to redeem themselves, there will inevitably be those who harbor resentment towards me.
And they'll be wrong.
The less time I spend here, the better. My presence could very well result in an unwanted disturbance.
Like, you can always, like, yes, you'll always have people who dislike you, but, like, you know, obviously Neuvillette will have his own perspectives as to why that would be. But what's important for me that I really like is, like, people hold you, just like what Risley said, people hold you with such high esteem because you're so neutral, you're so impartial. You don't do anything that, like, Astral's message just appeared. It's just, let's go, Risley. The moment you left Astral, Risley came on screen. Also, Smay did scream about him for you.
In that case, I'll have to insist. I still have 2 more things to say.
Please, go ahead.
The first is about the guard who helped Domenico send that letter.
Ah, I know of what you speak. The guard was indeed deployed from the Palais Mermonia's staff. However, as I mentioned earlier, I visited today on personal business. Therefore, I leave that matter in your hands.
Well, that makes things a lot easier.
Wait, Risley?
Hey now, don't let your imagination run wild.
Like, I don't imagine him to be the type of person to just go and, like, attack or even, God forbid, kill someone. Absolutely. Like, that's just the kind of person he gives to me. He has not given me any other reason to be, like, really unhinged in that kind of way.
Those from up there have a tendency to sympathize with others. However, down here, such thoughts will put you at high risk. I'll have a chat with the guard and remind him to take precautions in the future.
He's really pretty.
I see no issues with that.
He is also very pretty.
Great! That's one thing out of the way. What's the other thing you wanted to say?
It's just the timing of he's pretty. He's also pretty. Great, that's one thing out of the way. Thank you, Paimon. I have a very simple mind.
The other thing was born from my own sense of curiosity. Now, I've heard that you investigated the mutual aid network. Is that right?
Yep. Neuvillette thought their badges looked familiar.
Neuvillette.
I noticed the small gang as well when I first took over the Fortress of Meripede. They were not great in number, but every member always made sure to stand up for what was right. I've looked into their founder, Vautrin, who once stood trial and was sentenced to imprisonment in the fortress. According to existing documentation, Vautrin remained disciplined throughout his imprisonment. He had never once engaged in physical or verbal aggression. In other words, how he presented himself in prison was very different from his behavior in court.
What?
Doesn't he hate Neuvillette?
During his trial, I could sense that his feelings were complicated. He appeared to be full of resentment, and I believe he had every right to feel that way.
Perhaps he had been putting on an act.
An act?
Neuvillette and Vautrin had a close relationship as superior and subordinate. Vautrin must have known that the Chief Justice would make an impartial judgment. Thus, the more resentment he displayed, the clearer it would be to those present that you were upholding justice. And to those who had been sitting on the fence, Vautrin's act was a very meaningful one. That's all from me.
He trusted
Does anyone else
Neuvillette.
have anything to say? Now's your chance.
The amount of anguish that Neuvillette has had to shoulder for so many.
I don't have
That he may not
anything
even
to say.
recognize as anguish.
Apart from expressing my gratitude, that is. Well then, let us head back. No need to see us off.
Like Vautrin putting on an act and then but trusting that Neuvillette would make the right. Oh, this is. Oh. Goodbye, Risley. I will not see you for quite some
Please,
time.
take care.
I am sorry, Astral. We will not see Risley for a little bit. We will not see your husband for a little bit. I will see you. It's going to rain! No. It's going to rain. Oh, this song, like, even when I listen to it on the OST. Oh.
That trial is something I rarely bring up in conversation, but I have always felt deep regret for what happened to both Carol and Vautrin. The words he spoke in court often replay in my mind, as if urging me on to do something.
But Risley said he never resented you, right? Isn't that a good thing?
I believe I now understand what he wanted to tell me. I feel conflicted about those words. How should I describe it? Surprise, relief, fear, and regret. But this blend of emotions has led me to finally understand some things. I would like to hear your thoughts, too. What do you think of me?
No, no.
Paimon agrees with everything Risley said.
Risley is very, very... I love Neuvillette. I think he's fantastic. I think he's so hard on himself, and he should stop being so hard on himself. Because being a complete neutral party is very difficult. It is. Everyone has some form of innate bias to something. And to shoulder that amount of, like, like, if I look at it just from like my perspective, I could never be a judge because I am just very biased to things. And I'm a very emotional person. So like I could never sit there and have just the most impartial judgment, let alone doing this for hundreds of years and viewing humanity through the lens that are trials and the just experiencing and watching like so much conflict and just like I couldn't imagine. I just have many thoughts. I'm sorry.
Chief Justice, every single one of your trials makes an impact on Fontaine. What do you think, Traveler?
I can't say what I want to say about Neuvillette, but
Hey, any comments?
What I really think is...
oh my god! The Travelers. Oh my gosh. I wish I spoke more. Oh my gosh.
Every trial you've ever judged has left its impression on you. And that's what makes you who you are today.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, I'm just not gonna get over that. As the Hydro Dragon Sovereign, Neuvillette still thinks of himself as an outsider due to his identity. But so much time has passed since then. Perhaps the lines between him and humans have long since blurred.
That is indeed a reasonable assumption. As I said, I find it difficult to express my emotions because I cannot fully understand myself.
Like I'm thinking of Neuvillette's like, yes, he's impartial and he's very like he's distant to others because he doesn't like he's distant like he doesn't even know himself. I wanna cry. Oh, this game. Every time I've cried in Fontaine, it's about Neuvillette. I don't know if that's what the writers are trying to do. It's working. Like, he's like, I understand if people resent me, if they do, but... And it's like, but no. It's like finding oneself in such a difficult position while being an outsider, quote unquote outsider. Yeah, he's very, even if he may not recognize it himself, he is self-deprecative. But like, you like mysterious old men in dark blue outfits? That's not, stop it, Smay! This is about Neuvillette right now. It is not about Daneslip or Dimitri.
But I trust your judgment. Since some time ago, I have begun to notice the changes that have occurred upon my person. These changes were not due to any specific occurrence, but emerged as a result of time itself. I will try to contemplate this further. Thank you both.
Mean smile. Oh, like... It's not my fault I get attached to, like, a character who happens to be Blue Smay.
Oh.
Oh?
Huh? It's raining! Oh no, Paimon forgot to bring an umbrella! Come on, let's hurry before it rains harder!
It's raining again? I've had enough of this weather.
There go my travel plans.
Did you read the news this morning? Quick, put away everything on the clothesline.
When is this rain going to stop?
Hydro Dragon, don't cry!
They're planning to reanimate the monster. We have to report this to the Chief Justice.
The Fortress of Meripede. It's a good place for me.
He owes me so many answers.
Neuvillette? You could say he's the real symbol of Fontaine's justice.
Watch him closely. He could be trouble.
How can two completely different species possibly coexist?
Who's been threatening Melusines? Show yourself!
You will see much in the human world, from the delightful to the depressing. And one day, when you have dwelt among humanity long enough, you will be placed to bring judgment over all as a spokesperson for Fontaine's past.
Good morning, Monsieur Neuvillette! The rainy season's almost over! The skies are supposed to clear in a few days!
I hope you find time to enjoy the sunny days ahead.
I just want to say, like, I'm like bawling my eyes out right now. Oh my god.
Is the matter resolved?
I am so sorry. I need a moment. I am really sorry. This is like the second or third time I've cried about Neuvillette. Like, also thank you for the hearts. It was just so beautiful. Like, I love this game and its characters. I love the writing so much. I'm so sorry. I'm also sorry if I've been leaning away from my microphone a lot, but during that entire cutscene, I was just crying. I am so sorry. Thank you, guys. This is absolutely one of my favorite story quests. Hi, Rue. Okay, I see the cutscene is done. I'm back. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm like just getting the tears out. Don't apologize after that very emotional cutscene. Yeah, I really like Neuvillette. And I like the direction that they're going with. Also, thank you guys so much for not minding me getting, like, that was just so powerful. Like, okay, I think I'm good. The cutscenes are emotional for a reason. Well, there are times where I just get emotional thinking about characters, and to experience that, to see how Fontaine has changed, and then I'm pretty sure, was that Fiorina's voice? Like, I feel like that's either Fiorina or the previous, well, no, because I don't, question mark. Like, I'm pretty sure that was Fiorina, but like, I'm pretty sure, but also, hello, okay, Genki. Genji has made me cry so many times. Yeah. I've cried multiple times during Fontaine. And it's like, the moment where it's like Hydro Dragon don't cry, I couldn't. I couldn't. I did. I really, really enjoyed this quest. And I just, yeah, I was literally too stunned to speak, but I absolutely, like, I just, sorry. I'm like stumbling over my words, sorry. Because I saw the Seymour quest and I was like, oh my gosh. Hydro Dragon Don't Cry sent chills down my spine. Yeah, like, I really... It was really good. Side note on that, but I'm surprised Agaria's past presence isn't as integral in the Archon quest as Makoto or Rukadavata's. I'm still processing that as well. I feel like... Sorry, I like thinking of that cutscene. Man. Oh, so good. Like, if this is the story quest, his story quest, I can't imagine what the Archon quest is going to do to me, and Fiorina's story quest. But, like, I don't know, I just really think about how Agaria really feels like side world content, and they haven't really been saying much of her, though I suppose because, like, you learn a lot about her during the Pari world quest at the end of Sumeru, which I still need to finish. But, like, even here, you learn a little bit about her during the Narcissus Krites quests and other various world quests, but yeah, we don't. And that's what I'm like, what, there has to be something. Like, so like, okay, that's what really made me like just get even more emotional, Zenju, because it's like, oh, it's raining. I hate this weather. And it's like he can't express himself, so it's in the form of rain. And they're like, oh, this raining is annoying. It's awful. It's a disturbance. It encumbers me. And it's like, those are his emotions and the emotions of like those. Sorry. I just really love Neuvillette. I'm so sorry if I just keep saying that, but like...
Yep, we found the person who sent that threatening letter. Risley said he'd keep a close eye on him, so the Melusines should be safe now.
But I really want to learn about Agaria and Fiorina. Also, like, there's so much I have to, like, do and revisit. But I want to say, like, thank you guys so much for, like, the hearts. Like, I really appreciate it.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Sorry for dragging you all into this.
Stop, please. He's fine. He's okay. Like, I want to start crying again. I love him. Like, it's okay. It'll be okay. I say to a character in a video game.
There's no need to apologize.
Thank you, Claron.
Yeah, you didn't drag us in. We got involved of our own accord.
I will aggressively hug him. You are not a nuisance. You're not dragging anyone into anything.
By the way, where's Kiara?
At the Palais Marmonia. More than 50 people offered to protect her. Some even hid within the bushes to look out for danger.
Good job. I love... Look at this. When the community comes together. He's the sweetest and must be protected at all costs. Yes, I love him.
I was worried that the excess of protection would make her feel uneasy. So I asked her to stay inside the Palais. It's very safe in there.
What a relief.
Well, now it looks like the dust has finally settled. To celebrate this joyous occasion, Monsieur Neuvillette,
Would you be interested in an exclusive interview?
The excess protection. It's like you can't even go anywhere in Fontaine because everyone's just protecting the Melusines. Also, she's like, do you want an interview?
That's not how you celebrate!
I will consider it.
Really?
I love her enthusiasm.
Of course. My schedule is full for the following weeks, but I should be available next month.
The way that he said, Ray Chase, thank you so much. You do a fantastic job as Neuvillette. Just clap. Thank you. But like here, like he's so sweet. I love him.
Come up with questions during the intervening days, and I will answer them to the best of my ability.
Oh,
Girl, same. Girl, same. I have the exact same reaction. She is me. She is me. She is me just thinking and talking about Neuvillette.
Yes! Thank you so much, monsieur!
Now, if you'll excuse me, I must head back to the Palais and issue a communiqué to publicize our investigation results. I hope it will assuage the concerns of all.
I am so sorry that I peeked my mic, but I just...
Oh, an exclusive interview! Am I dreaming? What should I ask him? Don't let anything hold you back. Make the most of this opportunity and ask away.
I agree. He'll decline any question he can't answer anyway, so you might as well give all of them a shot.
That's so funny and fair. What should I ask him? Literally anything. Oh my goodness. Oh. This quest was so good.
Surprise!
I am now not okay, I'm still nervous, but like... Yay. Actually, have I taken multiple pictures here? I think I've only taken a few pictures of, like, Neuvillette here. I don't think I've taken pictures of Lumine or any of my other characters here. Oh, wait. Is she sleeping standing up? Kiara, sweetie.
Kiara?
Monsieur Neuvillette? Sorry, I accidentally fell asleep.
Oh, to be asleep and be woken up to the sound of Neuvillette's voice.
It's quite all right. I'm here to tell you that we have caught the sender of that threatening letter. You're safe now.
Thank you, monsieur. And thank you too, Traveler and Big Sis Paimon. Everyone's been so nice to me, so I've always felt really safe.
Kiara's out here living the dream, like literally living the dream.
Do you remember Domenico? He was the sender of that letter.
Let me think. I can't remember. My memory isn't that good, so I easily forget things.
Same.
By the way, I saw Carol in my dreams just now. Where's she gone, by the way? I haven't seen her in a long time.
Oh my gosh.
In my dream, she looked really happy. She held my hand and said, Kiara, our dreams have finally come true.
Oh.
I can't remember what our dreams were anymore, and I don't know why. But I felt really happy too.
I can sense your joy. It is indeed a delightful moment.
Monsieur Neuvillette, are you happy too? Oh, I almost forgot. Am I allowed to go out now? I promised to model for Alof.
Of course. Off you go.
He literally sounds like such a caring father. Like, yes. Oh.
See you next time, Monsieur Traveler and Big Sis Paimon.
See you next time.
Oh. My gosh, the quest. Oh my gosh. Never. Oh, wait. There is a shiny? Away for personal reasons. We'll be back in a day. Personal reasons? Oh me, oh my, has our Chief Justice finally come to his senses? If I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. You should follow my example and go out more often. You need to get to know your people better. Even if something unfortunate happens, you'll still run into lots of unique characters along the way. What do you think? The human world isn't too bad, now is it? Stop! No, stop! I love them. No.
I really can't fathom what goes on in her head sometimes.
Oh my gosh. I love them. Just go out. That's so... Oh. Oh my gosh. I have so many feelings now. Why can't I hug him? This F should be hug. Hug Neuvillette. Oh my gosh, but this quest was so good. I love this quest. Also, like I generally just don't even know what to say. Like, I genuinely don't know what to say. Like, I'm grinning from like ear to ear just because of how much I thoroughly enjoyed this. Gosh. I'm just like, I literally have nothing. Like, I don't know what to say. That was just, and not in terms of just like story-wise. I just, oh, that was so comfy. That was so good. Oh, everyone who was like, do Neuvillette story quest, I think you'll really like it. And so now, I love him. He's so lore, and he's also so like, he's very much love. I love him. I love him so much. Man, I don't know how I'm gonna do 4.2. I really don't. Oh my goodness.
Seems Lynn
Like-
is saying some strange things again. It's really worrying.
Like, I feel so bad. I don't even know what to say just because I thoroughly enjoyed this quest. Yes, I am in fact very normal about the Chief Justice of Fontaine, everyone, though. But I actually think I'm gonna call stream there just so I can emotionally recover. I will be a part of a Lorekeeper podcast, but I don't know if I'm going to be streaming it only because I think I need time to recover. We'll see though. I will and have slowly been a bit more active in my own personal Discord, just so that I can like update things more frequently. But I will absolutely be speaking a lot more on Twitter just because of the version 4.2 that will release soon. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed the quest, and I really look forward to doing Risley's. I'm worried about it, but I also think I'd have a good time. So I will definitely be streaming here soon. So, yeah, I'm really happy you were able to make it too. Glad to see your love for Neuvillette. Yes, I love him. Yeah, you guys have a good one, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.